Welcome.
Hello, hello. I ran my I'm running my D&D campaign, and I had the absolute funniest session with my boys. I mean I was a little harsh, but I mean it's middle of combat, and I made them roll for a 5 foot jump over a chasm.
Oh.
It probably should have been like, oh, you can, just make the jump, whatever. But I was like, okay, well, I'll just make the DC like stupid low. But it was like a large chasm, and then like combat's almost over, everyone's done. But they're basically just trying to run down, and the one guy in the back, nats one.
Hmm.
He nats one. I was like, well,
I mean, that can
I
happen in real life too. Like,
yeah, yeah. You
5
slip on
feet is.
something and just fall. I was dying of laughter for like the next 5 minutes. I didn't know. I was like, just give me an acrobatics, and he got like a 20, and I was like, okay, just you managed to hold on for dear life. And then someone like helped him up. I was like, I feel like for a 5 foot jump though, I probably should have let him make it. Just that's like an auto make, right?
I don't know. It all worked out though. It sounds like.
Yeah, no, it was
It
just,
was good, and it was funny. So I
literally was
got the
laughing
win.
so hard I couldn't breathe for the. It was like literally everything was fine. All the session's almost over. This guy just almost kills himself jumping across a 5 foot chasm.
I mean, honestly, I would probably that would. But these are it's supposed to be, heroes and stuff.
Right, right, right.
I don't know if 5 foot. That's a big jump.
Yeah, it's not like a little
But I'm
hop, I
not an
guess.
athlete,
So
so
it's not a little hop, but like I feel like Lou just lets us all do it. He doesn't like or make the roll.
yeah. I mean, we're all experienced adventurers and stuff.
They're all
So.
level 10, so yeah, I gave them. They're not all newbies either.
Well, normally you can jump up to your strength score. So unless there's
Oh,
something
okay.
that would make
Yeah,
this...
he's not a strong guy. He has a good dex, but he's not a strong guy.
Well, he needs a 6 to clear a 5 foot gap.
Yeah, okay, now
You
he got a 5. He got a
need-
5 within that one.
Well, no, you need a 6 strength.
Like strength.
Oh, 6 strength. Oh, so just pure strength. Oh, it's not the roll. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he definitely is above a 6.
Yeah, you need a 10-foot running start, and you need a 6 or higher. And you can jump 6
And
feet.
it's just an
to
auto
get
make.
over.
Got it.
If
Okay.
you jump 5 feet, you could grab the side and hoist yourself up. That might be an athletics roll.
Yeah, no, that's what I made him do after he nat one that one.
But remember, nat 1 isn't a failure, or isn't an auto failure. It still depends on what you roll. At least
It
for
was still a
skill checks.
5. It was still like just a regular 5 on the roll.
Well, a 5 is an easy DC. 5 is easy, 10 is normal, 15 is hard.
Okay, so yeah, that was a little harsh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
generally.
still catching up with and learning.
Yeah, and then like 20, you get into like extremely hard, and like, yeah, kind of just go up from there. But 15 is supposed to be difficult, like doing something that's difficult.
So I had a question about the dynamic lighting. I took out everyone's like I just go out and journal, take everyone's tokens out, and gave them like vision, like whatever dark vision, whatever light source they had on them, but they couldn't control those tokens. So should I just every time I go to a new map, let them drag out the token, give me 30 seconds, I'm gonna go through each of them and add their vision on it, or
Well, you can just save the token to have the correct vision. Then you set them to party characters, then you right click and generate party, and it'll just put the whole party where you right clicked.
there's a generate party button?
You can learn all about it in my DMing class that I'm going to throw.
It's a
Okay.
low price of $100 per.
Exactly.
I'm slowly learning and getting into that.
I was actually thinking of doing a class for DMing and like Roll20. Just not sure how much interest there'd be. I might post something on the Discord about it.
I might,
Brad
yeah.
was
Now that I'm
gone.
running.
He's probably asleep when I message him.
Now that I'm like running, I'm starting to like oh, I'm running into this scenario. What do I do in this scenario? I only learned last session how to hide my rolls.
Yeah, I mean, you can set it up so it always hides your rolls.
Yeah. / talk to myself.
You just set all your monsters to whisper only.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're waiting on Miri and Glenn. Or Kakaro. Just call him Kakaro from now on. That is the name he put in his secondary parentheses. I don't think I've ever called him that. Let me see. Any questions about anything in the game, D&D related, while we're waiting?
Who's our real disguise guy? Because apparently Drovo was one of the dwarves that we
I know we freed a second guy.
freed.
but I
Yes,
don't-
we definitely did free Drovo. He was the dwarf that we unpetrified. I went back and checked.
I think one of the people you hired was a disguise guy.
Yeah.
From the
But we've been calling that guy
Defrost.
Drovo, but that's not. He's not Drovo.
Yeah, I think that's someone different.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah,
is,
Drovo's Slovic's
when is
friend.
Slovak gonna reveal himself as the big bad guy?
Dun, dun,
How do
dun.
we stop the Shadowlords?
He is the Shadowlord. It's him all along.
Oh, question
He's-
answered, I suppose.
It's all been his plan. All part of his plan.
Who, the wizard?
Slovak, yeah, it's all part of his plan. He's our greatest opponent ever.
Well, you guys do seem to lose a lot of people under his watch.
That's what I'm
A little
saying.
Suspicious.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Malik, he hasn't actually done
Don't-
that much damage.
Don't try to turn him into an enemy. We need allies.
I mean, he's right there, an enemy. He's killed how many people?
He has not.
Uh,
I can't
he killed-
handle that. I can't handle more betrayal.
I just go in and
Maybe-
just like, Lou, I'm going to use all my story points to turn him into the third Shadowlord.
It's
Forget
you
the
that
Val's
can't
story.
keep getting away with this.
What do you mean? What
I
did I
think
kill?
Garen is
Turning all of our
actually the
friends
Shadow
into
Lord.
enemies.
He's
Who did I
manipulating the
kill?
Shadow Lords through story points. That's why he's like, I want to scribe again, Lou. He's min-maxing his story point intake. Speaking of
I
which,
haven't
Garen,
taken
it
up.
is your turn to scribe today, if you'd like to.
You know, I'm going to pass up. No, give me the story point. I
Hmm.
got it.
That's what I thought. Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord Garen. And I guess if you guys want to, we could start up the recap since Uslog, you did the recap and you are here.
True.
If you want to, or else we can wait a bit. Because I assume Glenn is coming tonight. He didn't say he's missing, and Mary said she's going to be here shortly.
I'm fine waiting, but if people are eager to get started, I can read the journal.
Alright, who's your main, Gain?
Who's my main?
Who's your main? Mid, top, jungle?
Oh, I play AD carry.
You play what? Oh, the carry?
AD carry. Yeah,
Gotcha. Who do you usually play?
I play Jin.
Jin. That's the monk guy, right?
No, he's a serial killer.
Jin. Yeah, I haven't played
The
in such a long
perfectionist
time.
serial killer.
Actually, when did I stop? I stopped playing when I think it was Jinx had just come out. That was like the last one I saw. That's kind of around the time I quit. So maybe Jin was after her.
Let's see. They were made by the same person.
Oh, okay.
See, Jin released in 2016.
Okay, so I think I was playing back then. Or maybe I was playing Heroes of the Storm. I don't know. I haven't played a MOBA in a long time. Lately, I've just been playing Helldivers. I still have to go play Elden Ring. But that's been out for a while too.
Yeah. I'm only just now getting to it, so don't blame you.
I stopped playing Elden Ring around the library boss.
Oh, Renala?
Uh,
Or a different library?
I don't know the names. Wait, hold on.
I only know because I just fought her.
What's it? Renala?
Yeah, she's like got the like all the
Yes, that one.
creepy little like
Yes,
creepy little
exactly that one. Yes.
yeah. There we go. I didn't have to put too many words to it. That's good. Yeah. I actually felt bad fighting her. She's just trying to.
Alright, well, I think we should probably at least get the recap going. I mean, I think both of the missing players were here for last week's game, so they don't necessarily need to be here to hear it. If you are okay with that, Uslog.
I am.
Alright.
Alright, so it's the 22nd of summer. We spent the rest of the day, or it was the 22nd of summer. We spent the rest of the day in Dazoric. In preparation for our trip to the Feywild, Glenn went into town to recruit some willing laborers for the Pocket Dimension, or rather, Glenn's magnificent elven paradise. Whatever we call it, now that it is a bit more permanent, it will need some tending. Estrella went along on the recruiting mission to spread word of our part in saving Dazoric, hoping this information will help in the case of our friend Shock, who was wrongfully accused of being involved with assault on the Blackwater estate alongside us. The people of Dazoric are still recovering from the undead invasion, so Damien spent some time doing good deeds. I'm sure it did well for his own reputation, and he even made a new contact. I couldn't help but be reminded of Galen Blackwater. He too was well liked in Char for his generosity, before Malik got his claws into him. I wonder what Damien knows of all of that. I walked to the streets, helping here and there, but mostly just trying to process things. We all are, in our own ways. Estrella has been taking everything in stride, but I can tell the violence of the Blackwater attack weighs on her, as does the loss of our friends. I have been channeling it all towards my rage, which has made me capable of feats I've never managed before, but outside of combat, I'm just trying to hold it all together. Glenn, though, he's been pricklier than I have ever seen him. I think he's taking things harder than I thought. I don't blame him, but I worry. Aramis has been quiet. I think he still needs time to adjust. And our two new companions seem like decent people and have their own problems, from what I gather. Due to their background connections, though, their presence does prod at some very fresh wounds. We had barely given ourselves time to catch our breath, but it was time to keep moving. Symphony and my Steel Shadow contact, Shafe, have both requested our aid in stopping Malik from gaining power and corrupting the Feywild, and the sooner that is dealt with, the better. First, we need to stop by the tower to gather our camp and check on Ruby and my tribe. Estrella's tree stride dropped us off in front of Arapel and Eli's still fresh graves. Damien noticed this, and he and Estrella lingered there for a moment, paying their respect. That was more than I had in me. Once inside, we checked in with our arcane expert, Slovik, and he asked permission to use another one of our few partial soul gems we have in our possession to charge the tower. We agreed and decided to use some of that power to awaken the remaining Warforged in the tower, as extra defense while we were away in the Feywild. My tribe sister Una, who had taken up the mantle of leadership after the death of our chiefs, found us and caught us up on the situation with the valley they sought to claim, the one from my father's tales. Our founders had settled the valley in question during the emergence, and gathered what later became the Suntooth people there. I just want to know that when I leave for Nightweather, they are somewhere they can finally thrive and regrow. I can think of no better place. The more Una told us, though, the more complicated we realized settling this valley is going to be. We'll likely be dealing with the ancient red dragon and a cyclopic guardian, in addition to a tribe of berserkers who serve an evil god. I asked the tribe to hold off on any action for now. They are relatively safe at the tower, and I don't want them to deal with this alone. I hate to keep my people waiting, but the Splitlanders are fully committed to going to the Feywild. When the time comes, though, the goal is to make the journey to the valley, teleport the tower there as a show of power, and find the Daggerhelm tribe's leader to negotiate, hopefully with as little blood spilled as possible. I can feel my mother's disapproval from beyond the veil for us giving up our nomadic ways, but I know my father would be happy to know we are returning to the place of his ancestors. That is enough to strengthen my resolve. With that settled, we teleported back to Dazoric with Raldo and Drovo, our disguise artist, or is he? 23rd of summer, 9 a.m. We rested the night at the Havir estate, and this morning Archmage Symphony plane shifted us to the Feywild. The Feywild is a stark contrast to the darkness and death we have been facing lately. It feels alien, unfamiliar, and is likely full of hostile and unknown creatures. The latter was proven by the sound of leathery wings soaring overhead. As we hunkered down in the underbrush, we were able to catch a glimpse of a large green dragon through the thick canopy. I couldn't help but think about how Malin would have eagerly marked it for his next trophy. Before we contact Shaith, we should get our bearings so we can tell her where we are. We followed some humanoid tracks, which led us to a guarded settlement of what looked like elves, unlike any I've ever seen. They haven't spotted us yet. I suggested we take a direct approach, making it known we mean no harm. We'll need allies here in this strange place.
All right. Thank you for that recap. I was just looking at the party notes. So I have that you took Raldo with you. You said you wanted to take the disguise guy as well?
Yep, and Drovo.
Okay. Drovo.
Well, Drovo was Slovic's
Korok.
friend who we... Yeah, exactly. But then I don't know if our disguise guy actually has a name. So, I feel bad about that.
Probably does. Let's see. So Ichabod is your tutor,
Trainer.
who's currently at
Yeah.
the Gravik Tower.
Yeah. Probably won't have too much time for training smithing right now.
Linra is the ghost in the machine girl. I guess I don't see a character for disguise master. You're sure it wasn't Drovo?
Yeah, I am 100% sure that Drovo was the dwarf that we unpetrified with Slovik, because I went back and checked, because it was driving me crazy. But we could say he has really good disguise skills, and that's who we ended up hiring.
That's fine.
Or that he took over. He is pretending to be the real Drovo all along. He's that good.
Yeah, I
Gave
do have
a-
Drovo Quarek in my notes as the disguise master, but that doesn't mean that we didn't acquire him from, depetrifying him.
Alright, so if he's with you, I'll put him in the
It's just
party as well. I don't think we've ever actually had him fight with the group, but we can bring him along.
The funny thing is
just be
that
like a laborer.
our camp under upkeep, we have a Drivo Korek and a Drovo Quarek. So I'm wondering and one of them we pay $4 or 4 gold a day, the other we pay 5 gold a day. So I'm wondering if at some point we misspelled his name.
Yeah, that's probably what happened, to be honest.
I have
A bookkeeping error.
Drovo as the disguise master.
Yeah, but then if you look above that, there's Drivo Korek. This is under upkeep,
Yeah.
not under the abilities crafting. Yeah, there's Drivo Korek and Drovo Quarek.
Maybe Drivo was the dwarf's name.
No, it was Drovo. Because I'm an absolute nerd, and I had to go back and check.
Oh, but you never.
It didn't take long, except for the fact that the session numbers were wrong. So I had to find the right session.
Party information. Let me see if there's anything. No, nothing here. NPCs, allies, and jobs.
Well, it's fine. Maybe the
we don't
disguise
have-
master just kind of went home. We can say he's gone.
We
All
need
right, well,
we need to
can
disguise
Robo be a skilled
master.
disguise master then? Since that's what our sheet
That's what-
says he is.
That's what you get for not paying him.
Well, we've been using him though.
Okay, hey, wait a minute. The only reason we stopped paying him is because you said you were taking care of the camp tab for us.
This is true. I remember that.
I don't remember that.
Before that, I was paying them every single time we've housed arrest.
Alright, well, for now, let's say we don't have him.
Then are we still in Dazoric? We're going back to Dazoric to talk to Symphony, so I guess we could maybe try to hire a disguise master there
No,
real quick.
you're already in the Feywild.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, we're
I was
we're
still
about to
thinking
go.
about like us at the tower.
I should have
Okay,
just
because
left
we
it alone.
specifically
and
said that
Drogo's
we
our
wanted our
disguise guy.
disguise
I just wanted
master
to
with us because we forgot to
wanted our
take him.
camp.
Yeah.
So,
And he
I think I mentioned
went
this
to
already,
Tyrannus
but
with us.
I ditched the camp rules, so there isn't a bunch of laborers following you around anymore.
Oh, okay.
We
You
also
can have-
took the disguise master with us to Tyrannus the second time we went back. Not the time we assaulted the Blackwater estate, but when we went back to get Ruby, he was with us that trip.
Yeah, so at some point we can just say he wandered off. I mean,
Okay.
he would just get killed here, if I'm honest. So it's probably better he's not in the Feywild. Because
True.
yeah, I'm not doing the NPC like armor anymore. Where like, oh, he's in camp, so he's fine. You can have.
All right,
some...
and our camp is
Go ahead.
in the mansion, correct?
Yeah, I kind of have your people split between the tower and the mansion right now. So if anything looks off, let me know and I'll move them around.
I think it's mainly just the wizard and the warforged at the tower, right? And we wanted the rest of the people to come with us in case we need them? Or
We
am
just
I
have
misremembering?
Drovo and Raldo.
Yeah, you can see it under the Strongholds tab
Yeah.
where I have everyone right now.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Because
Strongholds tab is blank for me. It's still got Foxglove Manor and Three Kings Lair on it.
oh wow.
Am I looking? Am I
in
not looking at the right
Roll20?
tab? Oh, in Roll20. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah,
that
we should
stuff in
probably delete
Roll20.
that one from the Google sheet.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Strongholds in Roll20. Let me look and see what I can find here.
Yeah, it's under the Splitlanders. There's Glenn's Mansion and Grevuk Tower. Currently, I have pretty much all your people at Grevuk Tower.
Wonder. Oh, I'm
yeah,
in
we
the
mainly
wrong.
just wanted our disguise guy and Raldo.
I'm in the wrong game.
Oh, well, that's why.
All right.
Alright,
Sorry.
so we were approaching the gates to this stronghold, right? Unfortunately, we don't have Glenn with
Our
us
bard.
yet, but that's okay.
God damn it.
Um,
Well, because we were
when-
trying to approach peacefully, so that
Yeah.
could be problematic.
So, as you are approaching, you would see a very fancy-looking elven archer in basically leather armor and kind of strange symbols. He would call out in Sylvan. Does anyone speak Sylvan?
Yes.
He would say,
I think. Hang on. Let me just confirm. Yes.
so he would call out in Sylvan and say, "Who approaches the gates of Galbrock? Identify yourselves quickly."
I would whisper to the others real quick. Sounds like this place is called Gavrock. And then I would go back to Sylvan and I would reply, we are but travelers who mean no harm.
He says, "Travelers, where do you hail from?"
There is a tale in answering that. Perhaps we can regale you.
He says, "You approach from the south, from the dusk, or, hang on. Did I not? Oh. He says, "You approach from the south, from the wildlands. Are you, are you of the Endless Fae, or are you from one of the courts?
I would
And by now
go
you
back
see
to
like
con-
4 or 5 guys getting into position with their bows.
And we're
I
all
w-
like we specifically
Planeswalker.
went in
If-
unarmored, like hands up. Like,
Yeah,
I would
you-
say back to the rest of the group. They want to know where we're coming from. They want to know if we're
Planeswalkers.
Endless Fae or from one of the courts.
Planeswalkers.
I mean, they probably
Planeswalkers.
know.
Okay.
One of them
Probably
would say, they speak
Hey,
the
hold on.
common tongue. Are you of Gaian?
Yes, we're
Indeed.
Planeswalkers.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Whomever has the best, Aramis. Would you like to take this?
Yeah, so you kick off your father, bro.
One of them says, like the white-haired woman. Says, perhaps she is
Oh,
with
Shay.
the same group. That would be in Sylvan. What he said.
Oh, damn it. Thought we
Wait, so I didn't, Luke, could you repeat what was said in Sylvan?
One of the archers says that's they would say like the white-haired woman, and the other one says it must be.
I would immediately say, we are acquaintances with one called Shaith, if that is of whom you speak. And then I would translate to the rest what they had said in Sylvan. But since some of them speak common, I would kind of gesture for Aramis if he wants to step up.
Says we do not know the name of the woman, but she was under the employ of Warden Valeth, the proprietor of this fort. Says you say you traveled from Gaian. What brings you to Gael Brock?
We seek the white-haired one, if she is who we think she is. We would appreciate a audience with this Warden Valeth or one of his emissaries. We will forego whatever security protocol you wish to show our peaceful intentions. And I'm translating. Well, you know what? I'm answering in common at this point now that I know some of them speak common.
Give me a persuasion.
So that the rest of the group hears and can chime in if they want.
Like, Damien will whisper to Estrella, I thought we were here to destroy a cult.
Well, we don't know yet who's who. I'd rather check in with Shaith or any allies that she or Archmage Symphony has made before we go blundering about this new plane.
Yes, we don't know who we can trust yet.
And I don't think we're necessarily in a position to entirely conceal what we're saying if some of them do speak common, but I guess we're not like right up next to them.
No, you're kind of at the bottom of. They're on top of like a
Oh, God.
15-foot gate. But he would say, "You may enter Galbrock. You have the hospitality of the courts, though you will be expected to follow the rules of the courts while within the fort." He says, "Do you agree to this?"
These rules in writing, just so that we can make sure we know how to behave.
The one next to him says in Sylvan, "They are of Gaian, remember?" Yes. "The rules are fairly simple. Weapons stay away except in self-defense, and magic is forbidden within the walls. For any reason."
Interesting. Did he say this in Sylvan?
He said that in common.
Perfect. Okay.
How would I put away a lance?
Well, in defense.
Well, I-
So you-
Do you usually
Guess I can
just
put it in the
walk
bag of
with
holding.
your lance pointed forward? as you-
He suddenly drops a lance into a tiny little bag at his pouch. At his
So it's
waist.
like maybe an extendable lance, like flick it forward and then it
Collapsible.
goes. Exactly, yeah. I don't know how you usually
I'm-
carry your lance when you have a horse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people carry lances like up on their shoulder.
Well, I
Yeah,
think you
or
usually
upright
like a
entirely,
spear.
yeah.
have it
Yeah,
on your
upright.
horse.
There's
But,
also like, yeah, there's
Well,
usually
my
some
war
sort-
horse was killed.
in order to actually carry it horizontally, like they do when they're actually jousting or running the tilt, they actually have a bracket on their saddle that it drops into because it's too heavy and long
Yeah,
for them to carry
that
like
was my
that.
understanding too. That lances aren't. I mean,
Yeah.
in the real world, this deep.
Yeah, in the real world.
Right.
Normally, like you don't fight with a lance unless you're horseback. You usually have like a glaive or something. But yeah,
But
we'll
we
just
also
say
have
I don't know. It's collapsible.
Stronger
So
and
you
weirder creatures.
It's collapsible. I love that actually.
It's like anime
Yeah.
style.
It's
Just
like-
shink, puts it on your
I
back.
love it.
All right. So the large thick oak gates swing open, and the Eladrin kind of motion for you to enter. The fort is probably much greener and brighter than any fort you've ever been in. There are plants growing all over, which at first you might mistake for an unkempt overgrowth, like someone hasn't even lived here, but you kind of notice that there is a method to the madness of how things grow. And it seems like a lot of the plants actually have a secondary function as ways to climb up higher quickly, like stairwells. It's an interesting architecture for those of you who are students of history. Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of history, could I have read some few little bits of the Feywild in my travels?
Do you have history?
I do.
And you have Arcana, right? You probably know
do.
somewhat. You probably know a little bit about the Feywild, maybe a couple of
I was
details.
thinking
here
of
and there.
I might kind of whisper to the rest of the group as we're approaching, I don't really, I'm not an expert, but don't give your full real name and don't thank any of them. And hold off eating any of their food till we, have some negotiations or connect with Shay. That's just my
Shreya.
understanding.
Those are children's stories.
Says the conspiracy theorist. That's ridiculous. You
They
probably,
possibly
you probably
can't
believe
be
in a
true.
round Earth too, and the cataclysm every 2,000 years. Weirdos. No, just kidding. All right. So you are walking through this fort area. One of the elves says, well, I should offer. He says, generally with the hospitality, one is given a chance to wash up and rest after travel. Is this something you wish to do, or shall I bring you right to the court?
I already bathed last night.
I have
He
no
looks
need
to the
rest.
rest of you.
We are here on some matters that could be urgent. We wish to see if we can connect with our contacts sooner than later in case time is of an essence.
He nods. So as you walk, you see a lot more Eladrin here. In fact, you're pretty sure everyone here is either Elven or Eladrin. You definitely get some looks as if these people haven't seen humans or whatever you guys are in a long time.
I feel like, aren't we all human
Most
now?
of us are human. Yeah.
Except Glenn.
Human, two
I'm
half
half
elves.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Aramis is half elf.
Okay.
Well, are you half elf or half human?
Depends on who you ask.
Exactly.
So they bring you before kind of like a larger building. One of them says, a moment, I'm going to check with the warden and make sure he is fit to see you. And he would step inside.
Are there any guards that are still out here with us as he steps inside, like at the doorway or something?
Yes, there's one guard waiting with you, and there are a few in the area doing other things. The fort
So I
looks... Or go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was just going to say the fort looks fairly active. People doing the normal daily chores, like some people are cutting wood. There's a smith maintaining probably armor and weapons. You hear banging from one of the huts.
Yeah,
just normal stuff you might hear in a fort.
I would say, you there, if you don't mind answering an old woman's queries. I understand that magic is not allowed in this fort, and I do not wish to raise any suspicions, but I do have an invisible companion that is following us. May I allow him to reveal himself? Would that raise any alarms?
This is an invisible companion, like a summoned warrior?
A familiar, harmless, I assure you.
He says, well...
I do not wish for him to remain invisible and raise suspicions later should he be detected and it be believed that we were being deceitful.
You probably should speak to the warden about such things, as it would break the oath of hospitality. I can't really give you an answer, as I do not have the jurisdiction.
Understood.
I do not have the authority.
All right, so then, because I didn't think about this outside the gates, but Slurp will stay invisible, but he'll just kind of come over and I don't know, be on my shoulder or something, not flitting around.
All right. So after about 15 minutes, takes a little bit longer than you were expecting. The soldier would come back and say, the warden is ready to see you now. And he kind of motions for you to enter.
Give him a little, like, polite nod, like, respectful nod, and then
And
go
let
where
me
he gestures.
make sure the time is correct. So it's about, with all the walking, it's about 11:30 in the morning right now. So you enter the main court. There are several fairies flittering about, just kind of flying around. As you walk forward, one of them flies over, and she says, "Hello, my name is Bala. Is it true you are from Gaia?" She looks very curious.
Islam just kind of looks suspiciously at her because the only other fairy she's ever met was rather troublesome. And she doesn't say anything.
What are we talking about? Hollow Hands servant?
Yeah.
She has some bad memories. She pauses a minute, like
there.
blinks a few times, and she says, "Oh, yes.
Hi there.
Hi. Who are you?"
Looking at Islog.
Well, no, Garen is the one who just spoke to her.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, no, I kind of look at Uslag because I'm like, your de facto leader. You can introduce us.
And then a voice would say, "Bala, let them approach. They are here to speak on important matters." She says, "Oh," and she flies away. And from behind her, a older-looking gentleman with an air of regalness about him says, "People of Gaian, approach. I am Warden Valeth, keeper of Gael Brock. Please introduce yourselves to the court."
We are the Splitlanders, and we're seeking our friend Shaith to help in a urgent matter.
He nods. He says, "I'm familiar with Shaith. She came through here about a week prior. Are you members of her society,
No,
her organization?"
but we've had dealings and assisted one another in some trampling of shadow.
He says, "So you are here about the corruption?"
Yes, we also,
Yeah.
in addition to seeking to connect with Shaith, who we have dealt with before, we are also sent on behalf of our the Phoenix Guild of Tyvanus.
Alas, I fear for the safety of our friend. Your ally Shaith traveled many nights ago to go seek out Malakara in the southeastern areas, into the Forever Lands. But unfortunately, she has not come back, and she should have been back by now.
How long ago did she depart?
He thinks for a moment. He says,
Yeah, we spoke to her.
"'Twas
We spoke
the
to her, I think.
5th of summer, 18 or so days prior. Way too long.
We spoke
for
to her, I
to be
believe,
gone."
3 days past via magic, and she did not alert us to herself being in danger, but that, of course, does not.
Are you sure
the
it is
words
your
were limited.
ally you spoke to? Malakara has many tricks of the arcane. She could be impersonating your friend if she has been
This is
taken prisoner.
This is a very good point. We have no way of confirming. If we contact her again, we could, of course, ask a question that might only be known to her, but I kind of look around with the group.
A wise test, as Malakara is not one to be trifled with. A hag, an arch-hag at that. Her power is quite well known within these lands. She
Was
is mostly...
Shaith's in...
or go ahead.
Sorry. Did she take any company with her, and what was her intended goal? Simply to scout, or was there a further purpose?
No, she wished to learn more of the corruption, and Malakara lives in the lands where the corruption thrives. So she was hoping to get more information. I warned her it was a dangerous task, but she assured me she'd be all right,
And she went alone.
and that she did. He says I gave her direction. Well, he says I gave her some of my guards, 2 of them, which I now worry I may have lost as well.
Have you any means of contacting them magically, and have you tried this?
He says we have my arcanist, and he points to another woman sitting beside him. Navala has had no luck, and she kind of nods. Did you all introduce yourselves? Did anyone not give your names?
We
Uslov
didn't give names, but I said we're the
the
Splitlanders.
Splitlanders, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just taking Estrella's warning into consideration.
Yeah, although it does seem like he knows Shape's name, so I guess that's something.
Yeah. Uslog doesn't know anything about this, so she's like, Estrella knows stuff.
Estrella has been. I assume I kind of wrote her assuming she'd been on a number of planes, even though Lou and I have not really decided which, other than the astral. So I don't know if she's ever been here before, but I'm going on the assumption she doesn't know a ton about this place.
He says, I assume you wish to go and try to ascertain the fate of your friend. You're going to go look for her. He
Well,
says
not just
in,
that, but
Sylvan.
we wish to investigate and or aid against the corruption, and so if the path she followed was in that pursuit, then we will likely be heading that way. But we are perhaps uneducated and unprepared. Perhaps more knowledge of the recent happenings and any intel that you have acquired would be
He says, well,
the way to start.
an ally against the corruption is an ally to me in my court. He says, unfortunately, the high courts have been less than helpful in the recent shadow affliction of our lands. They think because it's in the outlands in the south, it's not of concern. But as I tell them, the corruption can spread, and we've had reports of strange things even up north in our own lands. He says if we're not careful, it will be us defending the borders as it was many, many years in the past. He says we do not have the manpower here should a full-on attack happen. He says
Attacked by who?
He says strange, shadowy beings. We believe them to be some sort of creation of the corruption. And Navala stands and she says, infused with heavy amounts of necrotic energy, as well as a more powerful form of necrotic, which we are unsure exactly what it is. Our usual defenses against necrotic energy. She stops. She says, I've heard others refer to it as that. He says, who do you serve? She now says curiously. I've never heard of your group. Is there a larger organization you're with?
The beginning, the beginnings of one, perhaps in our own land. But go ahead, Uslug.
Oh, I'm just what you said.
In truth, though, we are a hodgepodge of a company that has been rather thrown together by various events and have repeatedly encountered shadows and creatures of necrosis in our travels, which is one of the unifying threads in our missions together. We have some knowledge of where some of these corruptions have originated in other planes, and thus we suspect that there may be ties to this that you are experiencing here, but we confess we do not know with certainty.
He says, so you know of the origin of this magic from the Shadowfell. We have limited information from some of our allies that live in that world. Perhaps you can tell us more of what you know.
I am happy to share what I know, but in truth, Uslag here is in some way our leader, as she has seen the most of this darkness, and I'd step aside for you.
I
Oh
just like
shit!
mutter off
Oh
while
shit!
well,
Oh shit! I just gave your name. Damn it! I'm sorry.
well,
It's
no, we
not my
introduced
full name.
ourselves.
Well, you
I
didn't
guess
give
we
your
would introduce
names yet.
ourselves now.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
says, Uslag, then. What can you tell us?
I mean, I started like muttering all day. There was that death tyrant fight. There was that two like long daddy long legs. There was the little shadow. There's some skellies. I just mutter out loud about them.
Uslag
He
nods.
looks
Yes, all servants of Shadowlord,
He looks
known as Malik.
he
In
looks
this
kind
case,
of
most likely.
confused. Navalis says, these beings sound like some kind of undead, though I don't recognize the names you give them. He says, I have spoken with people of the Shadowfell. She hesitates a moment. She says, have you been to the Shadowfell?
A few
Indeed.
times.
And when you were there, which organizations did you get your information from? Who were you working with?
We worked mainly with. Can I just insight? Is like.
Is there a wrong
don't
answer
know.
here?
Yeah, it's like
anyone
they,
who wants
they
can
seem
do
to be
an insight.
looking like for a specific answer, and I'm like.
I have. This is the first plane outside my home plane I have been in.
Yeah.
I woke up in a crazy town
Very close
destruction
to me.
thing, and now I'm in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Whack.
Wild times.
So, I mean, she is being cautious about what information she gives away, kind of same as you. You get the feeling she might not be trusting of all the factions within the Shadowfell.
Okay.
So she might be trying to discern who you're working with to know how much information she should give you.
Although
Okay.
That'd be
although we
Estrella.
did
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
Although we
no,
did establish alliances with some who aided us against the shadow, we were friendly with all alliances besides the children of the shadow themselves that we encountered while there. We feel that the greater goal of opposing these shadow lords should be all the priority of all.
She says, well, as in the Feywild with the courts, the politics of any of the realms can be complicated, and not all of the factions within the Shadowfell are completely trustworthy. I
yes.
am cautious when I speak to you because there are some who might be in league with those responsible for the corruption.
We would appreciate intel in that direction if you would be willing to share it. And I understand, of course, that we may need to work together longer before you have full trust in us. But if we are working with those that might be informing our enemies, then perhaps we would be doing so unknowingly without your aid.
Hence why I hesitate to say too much. Give me a persuasion check.
Have I introduced you to the lovely young man? I push Aramis forward.
Aramis, come on, man. You got this, man.
You know, Damien will step forward.
Damien, you have good charisma too, right?
After Estrella makes her persuasion check.
Neither of them know too much
Oh
about
my
what's
God,
going on. That was the sad thing.
Okay.
Oh my word. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm rolling like shit. Like, I'm not as good as Glenn, obviously, but I am
So
rolling
it's still
kinda
pretty
crap.
good, actually.
Well, the insight was fantastic, but both my persuasions were shit.
So she looks to the warden for a moment. He kind of nods at her, even though nothing was said, and will say, I must ask, you've been a bit cryptic with me. He says, you've been cautious about your names, you've been very quiet about the people you serve. Is there a reason why you don't want to tell us information about who you are and why you're here?
The
this
reasons
moment-
are multifold.
I don't serve
First-
anyone.
Yeah, first
Yeah,
off,
just-
we
yeah,
do not
I
serve
like
I
anyone.
think you said Damien was stepping forward.
Yes. That's
Are you gonna let him
If
step
that's okay
forward
with
and speak, Straya, or
Sure.
all right? What are you gonna say, Damien?
hi. Damien will say, Warden, Bailiff, Arcanist, Navala. I know not of who these people serve, as I just joined them yesterday.
Fantastic introduction. We're cooked. We're absolutely cooked.
But when the undead threatened the citizens of my city, my kingdom, I saw them not only risk their lives to put an end to the perpetrators, but also what's it called? Whenever the source, they know the source, and when they offered me to join them to put an end to it, I couldn't refuse.
We were not cryptic with you about our masters because we have none. We do each have our own agendas, but also some of our goals overlap, and that is what holds the script together.
Give me a persuasion, Damien.
Sure. Children tales true.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Oof.
So the warden looks concerned, and he says, "So you have seen what this corruption can do to a settlement. It
We're happy
sounds
to
like
tell you more we know. It's just, we're not sure.
Yeah,
who
we just saved a town, you know.
he
We-
says,
City.
it sounds like your city was struck by the corruption, and you say that these people helped you defend it."
They're
He's talking to Damien.
They eradicated they stopped a ritual that was meant to level the city.
So
from what I understand, this group prior to my join it also stopped the same ritual on a city called New Havasgard in the Shadowfell.
So Navala would speak up
I
again
will
and say,
tell you the tales if there's time to sit. It's a long one. I just don't want to launch into it if we're not in a secure location.
He says, "The court is secure. You can trust us." And Navala would say, "We actually have experienced this as well. Now a couple of our settlements have been hit by the corruption, turning those who are there into victims and creating undead with their bodies." He says, "A draining of life force, I assume,
Yes,
is what you experienced."
all too familiar with that. Yes.
She nods and looks a little somber. She says, "I would appreciate it if you would just tell me which faction in the Shadowfell you worked with."
Uslog nods, looks to the group. Just
I shrug. I don't know. I wasn't there.
yeah. The
Damien also
Midnight
shrugs.
Pyre was,
To be honest,
I guess, to Estrella and Glenn.
Yeah. to be honest,
the-
out of character, I don't remember because I have different parties
Oh.
allowed with different.
I remember. It's just Uslog.
That's why
she
I
takes a
didn't
little warming up.
remember
So
before, yeah.
yeah.
Only
Yeah.
one person in this group.
Once she's given space, she will open up. But
Go for
yeah.
it.
Okay. We worked most closely with the Midnight Pyre, but we had dealings with the Silent Circle and the Church of the Raven Queen, although there was less trust there so far. Although we are in pretty high standing.
She says, "The Midnight Pyre are a trustworthy organization.
Yes.
We of the Feywild have worked with them before. The church, on the other hand, is not so trustworthy. I did notice that you bear the
You were aware.
insignia of their queen, which is why I wasn't sure
Yes.
who exactly you worked for."
My connection with the Raven Queen has nothing to do with the church.
She kind of arches an eyebrow at that. Are you just a follower of her doctrine?
Yes, that is its own tale. One that, if you don't mind, I would mind sharing later. Once there's a closer trust.
The warden says, perhaps we can sit down, have some lunch, and discuss the things you've seen and done, just to give us a better idea of who you are and what you know.
Glenn's got a tale to tell with that, accompanied by music. I'm sure it'll be much more entertaining than listening to me drone on.
Yes, if we all oppose the shadow, then I believe sharing stories of what we know of the enemy and how we have acted against them would have no harm for either side. I kind of look around.
Warden,
Yeah.
The warden would say, "Excellent. Then come with me. Let's retire to the dining hall, have some food and discuss."
Usluck looks to Astrea
Warden,
as we walk,
Sorry.
How do we get out of eating their food? Usluck will whisper to Astrea. They're not.
Warden,
Is it rude to refuse their food? Go ahead.
Warden,
Sorry.
a quick question. It would not only put my mind to ease, but that of my companions. Are the tales that are told true? And then he'll mention the name thing, the food.
He smiles and says, so one of you knows a bit about the Feywild, then.
They are merely children's tales that everyone knows. But if there's any truth behind it, I am not sure.
He says, you have it partially right. He says, there is danger to eating foods given to you by pixies and wild fae, as they are often extremely prone to pranks, many of which will have pranks that go way too far. He says, but within the courts of the Eladrin and many of the elven peoples, you can trust us. We have no wish to poison our new allies. He says, stealing food.
Pixie.
Stealing food is extremely dangerous as well. But food offered by friends is not usually something one must fear, as long as you know.
And the names?
Friends.
And are we friends?
As well, okay. As I stated, anyone who stands against the corruption is a friend to the courts, at least the courts of Galebrock.
Friends we are indeed, then.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, he seems like he's being honest.
And the names. Who should we be wary of sharing our names with?
He says it is indeed true that names have great power, similar as to in the Hells. Giving a true name is giving possible control over oneself. But again, this is more a rule of the wild fae and many of the creatures that live in the deep and dark fae areas. He says the civilized lands and the high courts, it is less of an issue.
So we can assume that the settlements that are more prominently Eladrin are more closely have the cultures or the tenets of other humanoid cultures and are a little more removed from the wild fae.
Navira says, well, one thing, if you ever do for some reason go to the high courts, I would be very cautious about giving any of the godlings your names, as while they are technically part of the civilized lands, they are quite a bit more powerful than normal Eladrin. The warden says true, though I doubt they'll be seeing Oberon or any of the high courts anytime soon. Navira. She says, well, they do seem fairly strong. You never know.
And what of the story that we must never show appreciation or offer thanks in order to, or we will be indebted.
He says, this could be, again, a truth depending on where you are, but again, it's more something to worry about with fae or hags or any of the beings of the true forests. The settlements, one of the reasons why we don't like magic within our walls is because it is a tool of many of the failings and can be extremely dangerous when employed haphazardly.
Oh, yes. Speaking of that, I rather forgot until we had already entered your walls, and I did not wish to surprise anyone or seem nefarious, but I do have a harmless companion with me who has been following us invisibly. Would you prefer he reveal himself? I'm perfectly happy to. I just didn't want to alarm anyone.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, God. I didn't want you to notice him and think that we were being deceitful.
Yes, we did
Oh my
already
God.
tell.
That's a little
tell
better
somebody.
than my other roll.
Well,
I rolled a
So,
5, guys.
His
Ugh.
demeanor changes a little bit, and he says, there shall be no invisible creatures within the courts. Everything must be revealed. He says, if you
course.
have an invisible creature with you, I ask that he be revealed immediately, and there is to be no invisibility or any type of subterfuge magic within these walls.
He did not activate the invisibility inside these walls, and I am afraid I did not think about it until too late, since it is his normal method of travel. And suddenly, a sludge appears on Estrella's shoulder, and he seems kind of deflated, like he's trying to kind of like soak into her clothing and like be less like obvious. He seems like like.
Naviera says, oh, how interesting. You must forgive them. Where they come from, magic is much more tolerated, Warden. He says, I am not angry. I just want to make sure the rules are understood. It is the hospitality that we have offered them, and it must be abided on both sides. The agreements must stand. And she
Of course.
nods.
This is Slurp. He meant no harm. And Slurp kind of reforms a little bit, but he stays close to Estrella's shoulder.
Immediately, Bela flies over and she says, oh, it's so pretty. And she pokes it with her finger a few times. And the warden says, Bela.
Oh, I'm not sure how Slurp feels about that. I've never had anyone poke him before.
I don't know. What would he
he's
do?
the one who
He's
gives
usually
them-
invisible.
Yeah. He's usually the one poking other people's ankles, so I guess he can't be mad.
What would he do when Bela pokes at him with her finger? Poke, poke, poke.
Poke
He
back.
would I don't know. I think he just kind of takes it for the first couple pokes, and if she keeps poking, then maybe he'd kind of move closer to Estrella. But he understands. He's a warlock familiar, so he understands all that's been going on. So, and he's much smarter than a normal familiar. So yeah, he's not gonna initiate anything that might cause anybody to think there's trouble or whatever.
So as she pokes him, he kind of
They're
crawls away
not
a bit.
try not to, yeah. Not too many pokes. Do you like being poked?
Bela just giggles and flies up. The warden kind of sighs and he says, well, in any case, as I said, the food here will not affect you in a harmful way. So, if you are willing, I wish to offer you more hospitality with some food and drink. I'm guessing you're going to go after your friend, so you should at least get some nourishment before traveling out into the waste or into the wilds.
Well, we had hoped to find some plan underway and more numbers working against the corruption when we arrived. But based on your observation that our communication may have been subterfuge, I do worry that the urgency with which she asked us to come could have been, in fact, an enemy impersonating her.
He says it could, though honestly, if it was, then your friend is most likely deceased. Or worse. He says, my apologies. I don't think traveling right now to save a few hours will do you any good. It might actually put you in more peril.
Indeed, we know little of this place and would appreciate intel.
I am happy to give you the coordinates for the hag. I think it seems like your group as a whole might be a little bit safer than she was going alone. But as you stated, the forests of the Feywild aren't always the best place to gather food unless you really know what you're doing. So you should probably take enough food for the trip.
We do have some degree, some means of providing for ourselves for a time, but if you are offering to supply us, then I do not think we will refuse.
He says, I certainly can. If you are truly here to help, then I would love to show some more hospitality and help you in your venture. If you do find your friend slain by the hag, what will you do?
Well, if we find the hag, I imagine we'll do whatever we can to take care of it.
He says that would be very dangerous, especially within her own coven. The Archhag is only one of several powerful Fae. If you attack her on her grounds, it could result in several or all of you losing your minds.
Is she likely to allow us to leave? Should we enter her grounds far enough to find our ally or the remains thereof?
The Fae are complicated. We have an uneasy alliance with the Hags. They live within an area that is past the border, so it's much more wild and dangerous over there. He says, my guards had assumed you came from there, which, generally speaking, they would have put arrows in you had you not given them confirmation of who you were and why you were here. He says, so it's very dangerous to travel into those areas.
And did you offer her any aid when you learned she planned to go there alone?
He says, no, like I said, she wouldn't be convinced not to go. I told her of the dangers, but it almost seemed like she had a plan.
Oh, you said you sent two of your own, did you not?
Oh, yeah. So I sent some guards with her. Or no, actually, let me take that back. I'll say she just wanted to go alone, which is, like I said, very strange.
Yeah, that is a little strange. Oh, she was kind of used to working on her own, although
We
yeah, that does
actually
seem
assisted her
she
once.
seemed smarter than that.
So, Aramis, did you have anything you wanted to say or do? You've been kind of quiet.
I think that Aramis would be in a little bit. I mean, he's basically like 12 to 14 years old,
Mentally.
and who's been like, this is the Feywild. So he was probably like,
So you're
waving to the little fairy.
you're a sorcerer, right? What's your power source? Just out of curiosity.
I have the draconic
Okay.
bloodline.
Yeah, I was just curious if it was one of the Fey ones. All right. So yeah, I mean this would, I don't know, probably be somewhat interesting to you. Yeah, maybe like you would be kind of
In wonder and
In
kind of in
wonder,
shock.
I feel like when Bala came over,
quiet.
like Aramis was the only one that engaged with her.
Well, like he's probably like, she came over and said, and he probably like waved to her, like. But then also like, he's probably read the stories and stuff about the myths and stuff. So he's probably like, do I eat the food? Do I not eat the food? Do I trust this guy? What is going on with this?
It's just catching up.
Like, okay. But I think that the biggest thing that he'd be doing is like, I mean, it'd be kind of internalized, but he'd be like, oh, my sister would love this. Like,
if only Ruby was
Oh.
here.
yeah, if Ruby was here, we would be having so much fun right now.
All right. So yeah, so he has offered to have some basically lunch with you, maybe some wine, and discuss what you know of the corruption. Are you going to do that? Are you going to say we have to go? What's the plan?
I think we could stay for a little while. The more we know, the better going into this.
This is excellent. All right. So
And
yeah,
Guslag would, hopefully with Glenn's help, to make it more interesting, would share the basics. whatever they need to know. That would be relevant information.
All right. So yeah.
I did have a question though, since Symphony sent us here to sort of aid his people that he had sent over. She would at some point ask if they have recently come across any other extraplanar travelers, and maybe describe whatever Symphony described them as, because maybe he would have given us some basic descriptions. But yeah.
Are you talking about this over dinner or over lunch?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll get to that in a moment, but first,
Okay.
like when you all sit down, I'll say Aramis. You're kind of sitting there. You see like a bunch of the food being laid out before you by some of the servants, and you hear a voice in your ear that says, "The warden is correct. You have to be very careful about fairies outside the town. I would never hurt you. I'm a good pixie, but others might." She says, "You can trust
Sounded
us."
almost threatening.
Who said that?
You
Like,
have
I'll
no
look
idea.
around.
You look around, but there's no one there.
And like,
So
I shouldn't-
nefarious
I
to do
shouldn't
that
be-
like
I
that.
shouldn't be invisible. Don't say anything. Just pretend you didn't hear me. Just nod. Do you trust me? It's Bela.
he will have a little bit of a mischievous grin, and he'll just nod.
And she
Yeah.
says, "You seem like you're a lot more fun than the others that came with you." She says, "I've never really talked to anyone from your world for a longer period of time, though. I know some of my brothers and sisters have ended up there. They have some great stories about interacting with humans. We should play together after lunch. Do you have some time?"
Like looking around, just very quietly under his breath, just kind of like, that would be fun.
She says, "Yeah. Just meet me outside, and yeah, we'll hang out a bit. I'll show you some really fun stuff around the fort. We'll play fairy hide and seek." All right.
Not
So,
ominous at all.
huh?
I said that's not ominous at
It's
all.
not ominous
But
at all.
but Aramis would just nod. Okay.
All right. So you all sit down. The food smells lovely. And Uslag, as you start to eat, what do you say to him about the wizards?
Oh, she would ask if she would ask, have you had any other extraplanar travelers come through here recently? There's more travelers that we've sort of been sent to find, and they could also be in need of our help. They are looking into similar things. And she would describe whatever information Symphony gave us about his allies that he sent through, associates, whatever.
He says, "Oh, you speak of the Phoenix Wizards.
She nods.
I didn't realize you knew of them." Yeah, I mean, he says they had come through here, though their reason for being here was not to fight the corruption, as far as I knew anyway. They came through and just stayed for a bit, moving north to one of the adjacent towns. I believe they were asking about some of the books that were present there. I don't know what their purpose was.
What did Symphony tell us was their mission? I can't remember out of character.
To help fight the shadow corruption.
Oh, okay. Okay, so maybe they didn't feel comfortable sharing, but that is.
Yeah,
essentially
that's the passive insight you get off that. Like maybe they didn't necessarily want to give the warden too much information about them, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, their methods of figuring out this corruption thing might be a little different. They're the bookish type. We're here to fight it, if possible. They're probably here to hit the books.
This is, well, they seem nice enough, but very quiet. Didn't speak to us much. We let them have passage through, as we are friends with the Phoenix Guild and your people, and their people. Alright, so I assume you're gonna kinda, or what are you telling him exactly about the shadows and the Shadowlord? And the
We tell him
corruption?
about that there's not just Malik, but there is also Gaivok. But we suspect this is Malik, and for reasons, because of.
He would say, "Who is
recent
Malik?"
encounter with him. Malik was once a student of Gaivok's back in the. I don't have a very good memory for dates.
Cycle, yeah.
Yes,
Last cycle.
she was,
Or maybe, we don't know. Actually, we don't know how far back, yeah.
So you
Yeah,
kind of tell him about
long
the
time ago, before
apprentice
Isaac.
and how
Yeah.
he split the power of the Shadowlord, taking it for himself. He says, the shadow...
Wouldn't mention the
Yeah.
ritual we found or anything. She's not at that level of trust with them yet.
Okay, so you don't mention the, which ritual?
Right. She would want to check. We found like a book that was talking about like a ritual of how
We
to
found how
find the
the
Shadowlord and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
binding
one
of
that
the
the
shadow.
Thovik,
Yeah.
one the Thovik dwarves used to bind Gaivok.
Yeah.
Alright, so you don't
Yeah.
mention that. He...
Which
seems...
Symphony implied to us that the Blackwaters have that ritual now. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh.
He seems confused. He says, Shadowlord. And Navara uses a different name in Sylvan. He says, one of the followers of the Red Wizard. And she says, yes. Though, as they say, something strange happened between the 12th and 13th cycle, where the power of the Shadowlord was split between him and his apprentice. The Midnight Pyre have given us similar tales. He says,
Anything they're
Interesting.
saying in Sylvan, I would translate to the group. I'm being subtle about it, but I'm sure they can see that I'm translating.
yeah, I mean, she sees you translating. That's fine. They don't say anything. So you tell him about Malik, the Shadowlord. Anything else in particular?
Arden Relic and I think seeing if they know anything about Arden Relic, because he's got his hand in this for sure.
We had not heard the name, but we do know of the Children of Shadow. Navira says.
I assume we're talking to some Fae.
Or
Yes.
Navala.
Oh, we have a Glenn. Can you
Welcome back,
please
Sleeping
like
Beauty.
Telling
arm
the
us?
tale.
Yeah.
Okay, Glenn would so and Estrella is doing the he's conversing for us, kind of translating because they're speaking Sylvan.
Actually, these not Sylvan, Eladrin speak Common. It's just sometimes they switch back to Sylvan when they're talking to each other. So I've been translating whenever they do that.
Okay.
Sounds like doing most of the
It
tale
seems
telling.
like Navala is more, or Navala is good at both, but Warden Valeth seems like he understands Fae a little bit better, or Sylvan, I should say. So sometimes he gets confused, and she'll kind of talk in Sylvan, and he'll kind of get it a little bit more.
Glenn would, of course, make sure that they know the tales of how important it was for them that they reunite and find love between two long lost dragons, and the inevitable
Yeah, I think it is important to make
end.
sure that Glenn is aware. We have entered a Fae court, so we are not allowed to use
That's more of a
any
fort.
magic.
This isn't.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess this is technically a court where the
We have
warden is.
it's a minor court,
Yeah,
but
it's a
we've
very
agreed
minor
to use
court.
0 magic. So since you just got here, I just want to make sure you know that the group has agreed that in character.
well then I guess we're all damned, because what magic is there above the power of love?
So the warden would look to Damien and say, "I've never seen a warrior use an extendable lance like that. It's a very odd weapon."
It's mostly meant for horseback riding, but due to politics in the human courts, I no longer have a horse.
He says, "So you just wield it as if you had a horse?"
I wield, sort of. It's a bit heavier to wield it manually without my horse, but I can manage.
Says it seems very cumbersome weapon, but you must be quite strong to be able to swing it in combat and stab with it.
Years of training.
He says, in the design, it just kind of extends and then retracts. It's very interesting.
Yes. Human engineering right here. From the best artificers of Taiwanis.
He nods. Says, I don't know much about the magics of Gaian. These artificers must be quite skilled, though.
This is not magic, though. They're just more skilled than your average blacksmith.
He nods. Says, would you be interested in sharing the design with one of my smiths?
I don't mind.
He says, I am very curious. There are some stronger people among my warriors that might benefit from such a weapon. Alright, so you say you wouldn't mind doing it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright, let me just make a note. And you said, Glenn, that you're talking to them about the dragon love story?
Yes, and of course the revolution against oppression that we, as in I, started in the Fire Giant City. I leave out the fact that we betrayed them and robbed them blind.
Yeah, leave that part out. Alright.
We left two racist cultures warring each other. Racist slaving cultures.
Yeah, I like to think they deserve each other.
Alright, is anyone else saying anything besides just kind of telling them about... So he would basically kind of ask about this group you say you're part of, the Splitlanders, kind of ask about your travels, what you've done. Do you want to give him a bit of a rundown of your story?
Uslag told him about our encounters, or some of what we know about the Shadowlords, and it sounds like Glenn just gave them the story of our time in the Roic Halls, or at least some of it. But
maybe talk
are
about
we
Isaac, because they've seen
yeah. Go ahead.
similar things here. So anything about that would be important for them to know, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it's a city that was affected by a
And about the
similar ritual. Yeah.
The shadow crystals, like the reason, like I don't know if they know the reason all of their towns have
So-
been, or the towns that have been affected.
Let's share the story of the frost giants.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And the
I would,
ghouls.
yeah.
So
So maybe-
Navala...
ahead.
okay, so we'll say you start talking about Isaac, telling her about the crystals, all the people that were turned into undead 100 years ago. And Navala would say, fascinating. So they've done this on large cities in addition to smaller colonies. And she looks to Valeth as if maybe like questioning him, but she doesn't say anything. He just looks at her and kind of nods, and she says, we found something similar in one of the corruption areas, and she pulls out a crystal pulsing with dark magic. Dark energy.
Is it stable or is it leaking?
It seems stable, but it doesn't
Okay.
seem to be affecting her like a crystal normally would. Like she's just holding it in her hand. She says, "Is this the crystal that you've
Is she
found?"
close to us?
She's across the table.
Well, I don't know what kind of table we're sitting at. Is she 15 feet from us? Like the other, the two
She's
heads
like,
of the table, or like close?
I mean, she's fairly close. It's not like,
Okay.
yeah. It's like maybe 5, 10 feet.
If one of us approaches it, do we feel the power that we've felt from the other shadow crystals?
I mean, it is. You can tell it's a shadow crystal.
Okay.
But the strange thing
Slug
is,
would be, like,
she is
cowering
not
on
taking
it.
damage from
Her.
it.
Do you have necrotic resistance? How are you able to hold that? Uzlug would be just.
She says, I
Alarmed.
don't know. I have no greater resistance to necrotic energy than anyone else I know of. She says, why do you ask?
There's our spy. Get her. Sorry, not Malin. God damn it.
I would exchange a worried glance with anyone at the table of my party that like I can kind of connect eyes with.
Perhaps it only affects humans differently.
What? This thing deals damage? I don't think so. I'm like,
Yeah.
am I close enough to like tap it with like the back of my hand?
You can walk over and try to grab it or take it from her.
No, I'm not like I clearly try. Like I walk over. I'm like this thing. It does damage. Well, I didn't think so. And then I just like brush. Like I'm not trying to grab it. I try to brush it.
So
But yeah.
as you put your hand to it, you would feel the withering energy, which would deal 6 points of necrotic damage to you as your hand just withers up. She seems surprised. She's like, "Oh gods, are you all right?" And then she immediately puts it down, staring at it.
I'd like to insight the warden's reaction to this exchange, because everyone's eyes, I think, are on her and
He
Darren.
also seems a bit surprised. He says,
what?
"Are you all right, friend? I've never seen it do that to anyone before." I'm so sorry.
Does not affect any of
Navala
you?
says. He says, "No. I mean, I've examined it as well. Or at least this crystal has done nothing to myself or Navala. I mean, I had one of our jewel crafters look at it, and he was fine as well. He says perhaps the Fae are somehow resistant to its energies."
The Eladrin, do you have?
Son of a bit. No.
Or perhaps that only affects humans. Wait, are you a human?
I'm a shifter.
We've had other race species in our group that I don't remember taking damage.
Says, we are all Eladrin. But still, that's strange. My people don't have any innate resistance to necrotic energy, and even if we did, we should still feel some pain to its bite.
Have you found multiples of these?
He says, no, just this one at one of the sites of the corruption, one of the colonies that was destroyed.
Only one. Interesting.
When we were in the Shadowfell, someone remind me, did anyone from the Shadowfell, like a denizen, someone who belongs and from that plane of existence, come into contact with a shadow crystal and it hurt them?
But we stopped new shadow crystals from being created from the ritual that they attempted in the Shadowfell.
When we were there, we didn't see anyone.
Yeah,
The answer is no.
The children of Shadow, if they did have a crystal, they never brought it out in front of you.
Actually, well, did we see Hadrian just grab the damn? Well, he's a warforged, so that doesn't matter.
That's right. Yeah.
Bro grabbed it.
It was the one that Hadrian took. That's I think the only one we saw.
That was the only one. Yeah.
In the Shadowfell, except for the one that they were trying to charge with the ritual they tried to perform on New Havasgard that was stopped. The other crystals we have, I believe, are all from Gaian.
Yes.
Perhaps it only.
So Navala
kind
of walks up to Garen, and she says, "I'm so sorry, friend. I didn't realize it would affect you like that. May
Put
I
the
see
crystal away first."
Well, it's sitting on the table right now. She says, "May I see your hand?"
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
So
I show her man.
She will place her hand on yours, and you feel a warm healing energy go through you, and you would gain back the lost health. She says, "There you
Oh.
are, good as new."
Warm
That's
tingly.
nice. Thank you.
Glenn rolls his eyes.
Oh.
Rolls eyes.
Australia makes a face when Garen says thank you. Like a little tiny wince.
That's one of the rules.
It's true. Technically, she did break the rules, but you don't see the warden saying anything. He says,
Okay there, Garen? You're at your boo-boo? Feeling better?
I go and flash him with the middle finger and say, "Oh, why didn't you go touch this thing, huh?"
Well, we needed somebody. We needed somebody dumb to do it. So
Wait, I thought we weren't supposed to cast magic, Warden.
He says,
Oh!
he smiles. He says, "Well, this is true, though technically the hospitality only applies to guests. The keepers of the courts can still use magic." And Navala gives you a
What an
smile.
interesting detail that was not shared when we agreed to this.
She says, "I promise I will only use it to benefit you." She gives you
Well.
another smile.
I kind of look back to Uslag and then look around to the others, and I would say something about like everlasting ones with kind of a question mark, kind of.
Yeah. Yes, you describe the frost giants, how they were affected by a strange ritual that made it so that they were more valuable to this ritual, I think.
And for the benefit of the other players, let's just clarify a little bit like what we're explaining, because there's only I think 2 of the players present weren't here for that. So we would explain how we have some reason to believe that at least some of the Shadowlord's intent with these rituals is to create crystals like that one she's holding. And we discovered a small plot in the northern mountains of Tyvanis on Gaian, wherein some frost giants were either magically coerced or lured through greed or promises, or we're not sure exactly if any of them were willing participants or not, but they were lured into a ritual in which they consume trolls in service to Vabrak, a troll god. And in doing so, they become these creatures called everlasting ones, which are frost giants, but with the regeneration powers of trolls. And there seemed to have been a plot to make and freeze numbers of these everlasting ones in the ice in the mountains up there. And we believe it was because they were going to later perform a ritual on them that would take their essence and make these crystals, because of the regenerative powers and everything all combined would make stronger crystals. And we foiled that plot and thawed all the everlasting ones that they had created and killed them. We made an alliance with the frost giants that weren't corrupted to help us with this up there in those mountains. So obviously Uslag is telling this story, and Australia can fill in as well in person. But also, I wanted the players to who weren't here for that to know what we're talking about.
All right. So yeah, you recount your interactions with these giants. Yeah. And,
so one, the Shadowlords want these crystals, and 2, they are looking for ways to make more powerful crystals, but at the same time, they'll destroy more cities if that gives them what they want, All
right. So as you are telling that story, Aramis, you have a 22 insight, right?
Nice.
Yes.
So you would notice Navala give the warden another look. You're starting to get the feeling that they are communicating telepathically. And
feeling a while ago.
They seem very concerned about something, but they don't really say much. They just kind of, like when the story ends, they just kind of take it all in, and the warden would say, quite the dangerous plot you all foiled. Giants are quite deadly.
Do you have any reason to believe that any creatures of the Feywild or combinations of those creatures might produce stronger than average souls?
Give me a persuasion check.
Finally.
Actually, MC was 23.
He says, well, there are creatures that are quite are infused with quite a bit of life force in the Feywild. He says, in fact, the corruption itself might be draining energies from the land, not just the creatures it affects. He says, we actually had feared that, as some of the areas we observed didn't even have creatures living there, and the corruption seemed to be directly affecting the endless wilds. He says it's an extremely potent source of energy for those who would know how to harvest it. I mean, the Feywild is teeming with life, and it could provide energy for such a ritual.
If you were seeking some target that would give you the maximum life force, knowing what you know of your plane, which we of course do not know well, so we trust you on this. Where would you have targeted, and do the locations that come up in your answer like correlate to those where you're seeing the corruption?
So Navala says, I don't know of any place in the civilized areas of the Feywild. That is kind of where we live into the north. I could give you locations of places that were attacked. There might be more clues you could decipher there, or maybe speak with some of the townsfolk that know of those who were lost in those attacks. But one of the reasons why your friend went to speak to the hag is because she knows so much about the infinite Feywilds to the south.
Is there
She,
any
unfortunately, might be who you wish to talk to if you want to know more about the corruption in those areas.
Is there any intel on whether the hag would have any reason to ally with the corruption?
I wouldn't put it past her, but the hags draw much of their energy from the Feywild. If the corruption threatens those lands, then she might actually be an ally. She would not look kindly upon us, Guile Brock, or any of the other border forts, but perhaps that's why your friend wanted to speak with her.
And according to the nursery rhymes, she would be unlikely to help us without some payment, even if it benefited her.
That is correct. Hags are notorious for their contracts and dangerous trades. She'll take parts of your soul if you're not careful.
Dangerous trades, you say? Glenn perks up all of a sudden as he's looked incredibly bored throughout this whole exchange. I think I'll be able to help with that, but yes, hags, souls, corruption, all that. I'm totally here for noble deeds. But aside from that, always wanted to come to the Feywild. As I've always heard about the amazing hospitality, and well, I don't know how to put this any other delicate way. Where are the drugs?
I was like, that is gonna be the next.
Give me a persuasion check.
This is Glenn. Do you really need to ask him to roll?
Yes. He gives you kind of a strange look and says, the drugs. Do you mean what exactly?
Any sort of substances that hallucinogenic substances or mind altering.
You mean pixie dust?
You would
I would
hear,
like to meet God.
You would hear a voice whisper, "If you want some mushrooms, I can get them for you." Just,
Yes,
just tell him you were kidding. I'll get you some.
And who's saying that?
You have no idea.
But I do hear a voice telling me that they can get me mushrooms.
Yes.
Ah, he chuckles. Kidding, of course. Just kidding. But he kind of like winks.
You wink? Like you wink at the warden?
No, I kind of like. I don't wink. I just kind of like kidding.
So the warden kind of raises an eyebrow and says, "There are substances one can take, but the Feywild is quite potent. Such things could kill you, my friend. Plus, one wants to
Better.
be on their wits when traveling through the Fey. You'll deal with enough hallucinations and magical fairy tricksters that you don't want to be causing your own distractions."
No, of course. I mean, such recreational drugs are best to be taken responsibly. Of course.
So sadly, the hospitality of the courts does not include the mushrooms of the Feywild, generally speaking. The Arcanist nods. She says, "However, there are ways to..." And he just gives her a look, and she says, "Yeah, it's probably best to not." And he says, "But in any case, you were saying the giants?"
So who got cut off?
The Arcanist,
Arcanist?
Navala, the elf
Okay, the one
that
who
is
healed me.
sitting with him, the one who healed
Okay.
everybody. I'll give
Okay,
you the pictures again.
Thank you. I need to write this down. I need to find her later, alone, away from
And
this.
you're assuming the one who whispered to you was Bala,
Yeah, you met a pixie.
because there was a
Before
pixie
She
in the
was,
That's
course
she
who
was
was very
visible.
interested.
She was visible when we first walked in, and she came up and greeted us. And the other guy told her to shoo, but she went invisible and then came back and like talked to Aramis. Is that right?
Technically, she's not supposed to be invisible.
Right, but she was invisible when she came up to us initially because the other guy told her to shoo. Right?
Yeah. She was
Okay.
very excited to see someone from people from another world here. So anyway,
And I guess she was still visible when she was poking Slurp. So okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So, I mean, we don't have to go through everything the group's done. Are there particular
Well-
things like, so you kind of tell them a little bit about your travels, like what the
Well,
group's done?
I think we've been mainly focusing on things that were related to the Shadowlords or the Cult of the Shadow and their dealings and stuff that we've been trying to investigate or impede. And then in addition to that, it sounds like Glenn shared the story of our time in Roa Calls without really kind of including how that fits in the rest of the quest. We did not tell of the fact that we did reach the Runemaster Tower and learn the ritual that the
No.
Therians used to trap Guyvac, is my understanding.
Yeah, that's what I got from that. All right, so unless anyone has any other questions or wants to talk about anything else, we can say that the lunch passes. You all have a lovely meal. Feel very full for the small amount of food you ate, almost like you'd feel after a good berry. And then he would say, "Do you plan to leave right away? I can have my people get you the coordinates of where the hag is."
I
That
see.
and also, where the Phoenix Guild associates went. You said they went seeking some library or
Well, unfortunately, they would be in the opposite direction. He says the town...
knowing where that was would be useful.
Let's see. The town is about... probably about a day to 2 days northwest of here. That's where the Phoenix Wizards had gone. The Hag's Hut is 3 or 4 days to the southwest of here. That's where your friend went.
If I wished to give us
Here, I'll show you on a map.
a quick means of returning here, would you object to me befriending one of the trees within your walls, or would you prefer I only do such with trees outside your walls?
he would say, well, what would this magic do exactly?
Trees that I have befriended can sometimes open for me and create a path over long distances, and I usually try to remember trees that I have encountered along the way, and I wish to make a tree friend of that sort in this area. But if it would alarm your civilians or your soldiers, if for me to pop into this fort, then I will befriend a tree outside. Obviously, if we are fleeing danger and need to return rapidly, then being able to come inside your compound would be most useful.
He says, it would probably rather you come in through one of the outer trees, and then we can let you in.
Very well.
Alright, so this is where the hag location is.
Ah.
Oh, wait, why did it disappear? Hang on a sec. Is there no explorer mode? Oh, no, there is not. That's probably why. Okay.
All right. Well, I would like to step outside one of the gates and make a tree friend.
Before we leave, Uslug would like to maybe stop by if there's like some shops and see if she can find a book on edible plants in the Feywild.
Oh, and here is the... It'll just give you a
Okay.
map.
Yeah, and if he has any...
So that's where the town is. Where the Phoenix Wizards went.
Do you have a library on site?
Oh, okay. Cool.
He says, we have some tomes, but not as many as the northern cities.
If you would be willing to loan us.
Most of our tomes detail battle and techniques used for training some of our newer recruits.
Understood.
I would be interested.
If you have any...
Of course.
Well, yes, it seems our more warrior-like ones would benefit from learning of the battle techniques used here on this plane. But in addition, if you have any that... I'm sorry, my brain just died. What was I going to ask?
Is there something specific history you
ones
wanted?
that might have some basic knowledge of hags or dealing with hags, and or
No, we don't really...
survival.
We don't have
Okay.
books on the hags. We do... I mean, we can tell you a few things we know about them. Though, if you want details, you would probably have to do research in one of the northern towns or cities.
Any knowledge you have, I think we would be most appreciative to
He says,
learn.
well, the Archhag is one of the most dangerous creatures in the Endless Fae. She has extremely powerful magical abilities, which are amplified when she has her sisters nearby. In addition to this, their lair, the ground that they live upon, is also infused with chaotic Fey energies, which increases her powers even more. Says, even with my army, I wouldn't dare attack her on her lands. She's quite a bit weaker if you can somehow convince her to travel and speak with you. So that would be a better way of fighting her if you could manage it. But she's also extremely intelligent, smarter than most of the wizards and arcanists of the lower courts. So
I see.
it will be very hard to trick her, and you have to always be on guard to not be tricked by her, as she will often use magics to deceive and even change your memories, making it easier for her to make deals with you, which she will certainly try to do if she thinks she has something that you need.
Well, luckily this lot have multiple people in their minds already that might notice that.
He
Huh?
looks a little
Actually, that's not as
confused.
true as it used to be. That actually
Yeah.
is not as
It
true
used
as
to
it used
be
to be. Yeah.
almost everyone, but
Glenn
yeah.
is
It's actually only
basically a Archhag.
Glenn?
Yeah, basically.
Modifies everyone's mind.
Let's see.
Don't you remember?
Uslag,
Agris is Archag.
Uslag, and Glenn, do you have someone in your mind?
Yeah, Thovik.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. All right. So Usla, Glenn, and Estrella do have another entity in their minds of various reasons and powers and
Man,
accesses.
Melon's
but-
missing out, bro.
No, I don't know if
Melon's missing.
Uslog's ever considered that the Raven Queen would be in her mind.
Oh, true. It's not
I-
exactly like that, is it?
Yeah.
You have to, like, reach out to her, and then
Right.
Yali kind of responds. Okay. All right. Anyway, it's not the same as, like, yeah,
Who does Glenn
What,
have in his
like-
mind?
as what Malin had.
The arch,
Thovik.
the lich, yeah.
Archery master.
That's right.
Lich.
Well, he has a connection, right?
He can
Yeah.
decide. He
You're
can
not-
turn on his. He can turn on his video doorbell and watch and listen if he wants to. It doesn't mean he's doing
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, so that would be the end of lunch. And actually, with all that has happened, the group has some new insights and is ready to level up with some training.
Wow.
No
What?
way.
What?
Really?
With some training.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah, you need to use at least a week of downtime, 5 days. And doing so
those
will-
books on Legend Warfare are gonna come in handy.
Exactly. Learn some new things. But yeah, all your experiences with the with Dezoric and coming here have basically given you enough of a milestone to level up. So you would just have to pass time. Though obviously passing 5 days at this point could have consequences.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we can't level up. so we
You
don't
guys
level up
never
yet.
punished.
Yeah, fuck everyone else.
fuck those guys.
Yeah.
We're leveling up. We need to train.
Never punished, guys. Never punished.
Alright, so
You
we
know,
go
most
here.
gamblers quit before hitting it big.
Alright.
I think I'm
We
doing.
should have just gone to the astral plane then at that
Eric?
point for the casino.
I think
Yeah.
I'm sticking.
It's not
yeah,
this character, not this character.
I think I'm sticking with Druid. I don't have a particular reason to level in the other. And I get an ability score improvement, so that's worth it, right?
I want to take an Eladrin Warlock level.
Oh, are you guys gonna try to pass
I
5 days
can't
here?
switch to a
No, I don't think we
Ladrin
can pass 5
Warlock.
days.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think we can level up. We can't afford
Yeah.
to take the time off.
Oh yeah, no. I was just looking at stuff. I keep my main character sheet on. I build my characters on D&D Beyond, so I can like be prepared now that I know
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
level
level
up.
up anytime we want. It's just we
I'm-
need 5 days first, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
so
hearing
We have to
words
spend-
like can't.
It doesn't have to
go-
be consecutive either. Yeah.
I'm hearing words
it
like
does
can't,
actually
but
have
like-
to be consecutive. You have to take.
Oh, it does.
5
Sorry,
days.
sorry.
I
That
changed it.
yeah. Sorry, I got the other
5
impression on our
consecutive,
other.
but like I mean, like we could like once we finish this, technically level up, right? It's not like
Yeah, you just have to
You
spend
wanna know
5
math.
days.
I'm hearing
Right,
words like can't, and you know what?
Glenn's gonna like.
That's not in my. That's not in my vocabulary.
Glenn's
Okay.
gonna
Let your
modify
dreams
everyone's
be
memory.
dreams.
Suddenly, no one
Yeah.
So
remembers.
it does have to
Shaith.
be consecutive, Lou. Sorry, I guess I
Yeah, it
misunderstood that in
does.
the other group that was trying to level up.
Well, I didn't do it back then, but now I'm making it so it does have to be 5 consecutive days.
Oh, okay.
That was
Shit.
kind of a change
Alright.
I did. So you have to take
Okay.
5 days, at least 5 days of downtime to benefit from a level up.
All right. Yeah, which is not something we're gonna do when we're in the middle of a quest.
You're putting
Especially-
me.
Last time
Oh.
I checked, I was Mexican, not Mexican.
Are you Mexican?
I am Mexican.
Like I said,
Ah.
you guys better watch out. Glenn's gonna modify your memories. You forget about Shaith.
You're. Oh god.
You're gonna
putting me
forget
within-
about your Mexicanery.
You're putting me within one. Well, you're putting me within one level of 9th level spells. I can almost taste it.
So is it? Can we do? Because I know you were playing with before that even if we do some things on those downtime days, like we do some exploring and stuff, as long as we take 8 hours or
8 hours of
whatever
downtime. Yeah.
of downtime, we are good.
You have to be in
Does that
town,
work?
basically training. It's
Ah.
considered training while you're doing downtime in town, so you can't do it
Oh,
on
so
the
if we're
road.
not in town, we can't do it?
No, you have to train in a
Yeah.
like in a settlement.
Guys,
Oh.
I mean, have you never seen a training montage? This is.
It's only
this is-
5 days. Yeah.
It's
Have,
only
have you
5
guys
days.
never seen Mulan? We're this is we have to go through Mulan training.
Let's get down to
yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Defeat the hags.
Oh god.
I don't know. I have no clue what God would even think.
So, I mean, you can take 5 days here. I mean, it's just you're not sure if Shaith is going to be okay that long.
Well, I've kind of.
I don't know. We're kind of feeling like Faith isn't okay already.
Yeah. Well, we're going to try messaging her again, but we don't necessarily trust that it's going to be her that answers. So.
Agreed. Yeah. I think we should ask her for the name of her host when we met her last. I think that's what we should ask her when we message her.
I think
Because
yes.
remember the Frost Giants had captured her, and that was the last time we met her, and that's
Hang
when
on, I
she
think
gave
Glenn
Arapel
was,
the sending stone.
Were you
Sorry, go
saying
ahead.
something, Glenn?
just saying we should ask her if she can just like chill for 5 days.
You're okay if we take a while, right? That's
It's
true.
like
She might not even be
dangling
in
a
danger.
carrot in front of.
Yeah, we're just assuming.
She could be fine. She's just missing right
Yeah,
now.
they just. They've been.
When we
missing for a
saved her,
while.
I remember she was pissed because she was like, "Dude, I wanted to be captured. Like and we were just like, well, fine, fuck you. Sorry for saving you."
It's true.
It's
Uh,
true.
well,
Yeah, you all.
Not out of character.
I think Glenn
Wait, who said
had
that?
words with her, but then Arapel chatted with her a bit and learned, like,
Wait, wasn't that
some
Malin?
more. Yeah. Anyway, no, I think Malin was there. I think.
so I'm gonna say it's about 1 o'clock when you're all done with lunch. It's about an hour. So he or Warden Valeth is going to say, you have free reign around my keep, around this area. Just let me know if you need anything. You're still under hospitality, so no drawing weapons or spells. But yeah, if you need a place to stay, let me know. I can give you lodging for the night.
I'm trying to find the Frost Giant, but I haven't found it.
And
Usog
after, or go ahead.
It starts with a K, doesn't it? Sorry, go ahead.
really would be interested in knowing what we're getting into, like just with her survival in nature. She would want to know a little bit more about the Feywild, like the nature around. Is there anyone she can speak to just to get a little bit of a rundown?
You mean like talk to one of the Eladrin guards or something?
Sure. I guess you could just, ask the locals.
I mean, the Arcanist
If we're going to be
Navala
finding
seemed like
hallucinogenic
she was
mushrooms, we
kinda...
want to find the ones that won't kill us.
That's
Oh,
it
you
can be
mean-
a couple.
You mean for actually like survival within the wilds? Is that what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Arcanist Navala seemed like she was pretty smart. You don't know if she was a foresty person. She may be more an arcane person. You could ask the warden.
Sure.
You might know someone who you could talk
We don't
to.
have to roleplay it or anything. I just want to, just
All right. So
if
if
there's
you
anything we should look out for.
if you talk to the warden, he would say, "I have a couple of scouts who are talented at survival out in the wilds. If you want to know more about what you can scavenge and eat, I'll let you talk to them." So
Maybe we should get one of them to come with us as a guide.
are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion. I'll give you advantage.
Ooh, okay. Persuasion. And
He says, "Alas, my scouts are pretty busy dealing with the corruption and looking for places where it's been popping up along the border. Usually, I would be able to send one of them with you, but we just are stretched too thin right now."
Why not?
I like nudge Glenn.
For these things.
Like all of
So,
him on the
if
side.
you
Glenn's off trying to find the Arcanist.
the Arcanist,
No, we're still together. We're still
Yeah.
together right now. Like we were heading out
Oh.
together. And then you can go head off for the Arcanist.
all right. Well, I mean,
Oh.
she's still there. She's like there with the warden.
Oh yeah, we're in the room together.
Oh, I would wait until she's away from the
Oh,
warden.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Well, I nudge you after my suggestion.
If you went
He
and
just looks at
spoke,
you and like,
if you went and spoke to one of the scouts, Unfortunately, you'd find out because you are from another world that a lot of the foods are dangerous to you unless certain magics are used to make them safe. So it's not necessarily a good idea to scavenge food.
Forage.
But that said, there are certain things that you can eat. They're just a lot harder to find. So you can basically find like half the food you normally could. So you can find some food and probably even feed yourself in most places, but you would have a lot harder time feeding your whole group. If that makes
This
sense.
is the warden I'm talking to?
This is one of his scouts, because you said you didn't really
Oh,
want to roleplay it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she would probably just at the end just like be like, you know, and as far as things that might provide experiences that are a little bit more heightened, what would you suggest as far as that goes? Just asking for a friend.
Sorry, let me just make a note of something.
Sweet pixie
Safe.
dust, baby.
Safe. Safe
Uh,
place that won't.
Oh, you're asking the scout about getting high?
Yeah, just, you know, are there any ones that are particularly dangerous that we should avoid if
He says, well, it's kind of the same problem, being that you come from a world that life force energies are only about half what they are here. A psychedelic experience for you and for quote-unquote your friend could be extremely dangerous. I would not attempt it unless you were very hardy. But if you are still interested, I can tell you about some mushrooms that you can find. But again, you know, buyer beware. Or he would say, he'd say, you know, you have to be
Consider
very
more
some
knowledge the better.
I would consider some members of our group quite hardy, but let us not be
This was
frivolous.
her just speaking to the archer or the scout, because she went off to find this guy. So it was kind of like her talking to him. But yeah, that's anything else you'd ask him about?
That would be all.
Okay. Was Estrella wanting to do something after lunch? No? Alright. Glenn, you said you wanted to speak with the Arcanist, Navala?
Yes.
I'm gonna
just-
annoyingly tag along with Glenn, just for some reason. Just tag along with him. He's
Alright.
being an absolutely annoying pest.
So Garen is
I
coming with
don't
you.
go anywhere. Though.
Well-
As soon as he follows, he stopped.
What's up?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. What are you doing? I thought you were heading somewhere. I was following.
Yeah, you go follow someone else.
Well, Slog already left, and Stray went there.
He sighs. Okay, fine. I guess I have to babysit the puppy. Let's go.
Alright, so if you go back inside, one of the guards would take you to the Arcanist. She is off in one of the side rooms. Looks like she's looking through some books. She smiles as you walk in and says, hello again. Didn't expect to see
Hey,
you so quickly.
Well, you know, when I was talking about certain things, it seemed like you had a little bit more to say. And I was curious what you were going to say before the warden silenced you.
So, well, there are, you spoke of narcotics. There are certain mushrooms that can produce the experience you're looking for. Certain more powerful concoctions, though, for those you'd have to speak to an alchemist or a herbalist. I can give you the name of some of these, but as a human, you are much more susceptible to them, and they could kill you if you're not careful. So I
Sounds
don't
dangerous.
know if I would recommend them.
Well, it's you know, can't hurt to have them on hand. I would. I appreciate the warning, but I think I will. I'm still interested enough to procure them. If you could point me in the right direction.
Says, well, I can give you the names. I believe your friend Uslog knows a bit about plant life, so she could probably help you find them. And she would just basically give you a piece of paper with the name of some mushrooms and a couple of roots that you can chew. She says, I
Okay.
don't know any of the formulas for the more powerful ones. You need an alchemist for that. And I don't know if we actually still have one here. I would be the closest thing, and I don't have any of those recipes.
I'm sure that I'm not ready for the more powerful stuff yet. Anyway, he chuckles.
She says, of course. Well, be careful, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much. And he looks over at Garen. And he looks down at the piece of paper. And he kind of looks back to Garen. He kind of grins a little bit as he gets an idea. He kind of
Garen's like,
paper.
"Are you sure about this, Glenn?"
Yeah. I mean, Malin did this shit no problem, so.
What? What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Terrible.
About the dust.
Malin would routinely do this shit before battle just to boost. That's
What?
how he could fight like a madman without any sense of pain. He was
Well,
like a berserker warrior.
Well, I never saw him do that when I fought with him.
Well, I mean, you never saw him give in to the fire giant god Surtur either.
That is a good point, actually. That's actually a really good point. And
Yeah.
he, what did he exactly do?
Well, I mean, it depends on what type of drugs we procure. But I'll let you know depending on what we get, because I mean, I'm doing it just to try and reach a new high. I'm not trying to be like Malin or anything, but I would think that this would be the obvious next step if somebody were trying to imitate him.
Well, I would say I would imitate him, but I mean, that I might be interested.
Okay, let's
Drug dealer.
Glenn is like, okay, easy peasy.
Well, it's like, it's perfect. I have something to test this on.
Oh
Make
yeah.
sure it doesn't kill me. Right, and then he would go off to try and find a slug.
Alright, so, Aramis, what are you doing when you finish the meeting?
Well, I
Anything
have a
in
play
particular?
date. I have a
You
play
have
date
a
with a
play
pixie.
date.
All right, he has a play date, right?
So you
right.
He has
kind
to play
of,
date with a flying pixie who's wearing leaves.
yeah, so you kind of go off to the side, move away from your group a bit, and a moment later there is a poof as she appears sitting on your shoulder. It says, hey.
Oh, hello.
She says, man, that lunch was so much talking and so boring. Let's do some hide and seek. Do you play hide and seek?
I have been known to play hide and seek.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so you count to 100, and I'm gonna hide, and you have to find me. You have 10 minutes, or else I win.
Go invisible.
Very well.
Yes.
But what are the rules?
She says, well, I mean, you close your eyes, you count to 100, then you gotta find me. Then if you don't, I win. That's the rules.
But if I can't use magic, neither can you.
She says, well, I mean, give me a persuasion.
Hold on. Persuasion.
She says, but I live here. I can use magic. I'm not under the hospitality.
True, but it's not a fair game.
But, well, I mean, it's not my fault you don't have magic or can't use it.
Oh, that's true, but not very host-like to not play a fair game.
Give me another persuasion check.
She's a cheater.
She says, all right, well, how about you can use magic, we just won't tell anyone.
Oh no.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah.
supervising Aramis? While we're off
Like
talking
an
about drugs.
adult. He looks
Glenn,
so
Glenn's too
responsible.
busy getting high.
Becoming a
Absentee
bad
father is
He's a
getting
bad
high,
father,
yes.
yeah.
Like deadbeat fathers over
Deadbeat
there.
father, yeah. All right, so she says, "What magic are you gonna use?" Just curious.
Oh. I'm making seeing if I have it.
Do you have to report?
She raises an eyebrow. It's like,
Well-
what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I think that it's only fair that I get to surprise you with that.
Oh, I like secrets. All right. Now I'm curious. All right, close your eyes. Let's go.
I'll close my eyes and count to 100.
You hear a giggling as she flies off. All right, so 100. Are you gonna try to cheat to look where she goes, or are you gonna close your eyes?
No, I'll close my eyes.
All right. So yeah, she is gone as you open them. You have no idea where she went.
Okay. I am gonna subtle cast detect thoughts.
Okay.
So spell ends, yeah, that's thought. And I am gonna just start walking around trying to sense her thoughts.
All right. Let me just read this really quick. Do you have any survival or any way to follow tracks or anything like that?
I have to look. So one, let's see here. No.
Okay, so you're just kind of walking around randomly. Give me a wisdom check. Say like untrained, you're trying to figure out where she went. Oof. All right. So you're walking around. There's some Eladrin kind of keeping an eye on things. Some of the guards. Time is passing. You're not having much luck. Give me another wisdom check. Okay. As you are going down one of the roads, kind of between some of the buildings, you would sense a thought of someone within 30 feet, though you don't see anyone, making you suspicious.
I'll just say out loud, like, I know you're close. It's not fair that I can't see you.
Give me intimidation, I guess. Unless you have a better skill you think you'd use. 19. So you hear like a gasp from up above. And then quiet again.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Above board. Like draconic wings, are those considered magic?
I mean, you're.
It's not a spell.
I mean, you're a kid, so maybe you'd say, yeah, it's not a spell, so they didn't say I couldn't use draconic wings.
All right.
But you do notice if you look up, I guess give me another untrained perception. If you're looking up kind of where you
Untrained
heard the-
perception or wisdom?
well, it'll just be wisdom, yeah, because I don't think you have training. Or
I mean,
do
I
you?
have perception. I have
Oh, you
perception.
do? Alright, then yeah, just a perception check. For some reason I thought you didn't. Alright, so you look up and you would notice there's a kind of a torch bracket with little ashy dots that almost look like footprints on it. It's about 15 feet up. I'll say it's 10 feet up. There's like a little ladder that someone might climb up to put a new torch in it.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look around. Is there anyone around?
There are a couple of guards up on the wall. They're kind of far away from you, but they could probably see you.
Is there a way to climb up there? So there's a. Little
Yeah,
ladder.
there's like a little ladder there.
I'll crawl up the ladder.
Okay, so you crawl up, or climb up, and you definitely see some little dots on the metal bracket, like little sooty dots. Like she stepped on some ash and maybe like moved around.
I will. Make like a. I'll reach out, try to touch where it generally is.
Like wave your hand around.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you wave your hand around, you brush up against something, and she would screech, suddenly appearing and like doing a flip in the air, and she says, "How'd you do that? How'd you know I was here?"
I have my own tricks.
What did you say?
I have my own tricks.
She says, "Tell me, tell me."
I'll just tap on like my temple and just be like, "It's hard to hide your thoughts."
She says, "Ooh, you can read my thoughts?"
Never know, but I win the game.
She says, "You did. You beat me." She stamps her foot on the torch bracket. I guess you won this time. She says, "See you later," and she flies away. Disappears.
I'll climb back down and head back.
Alright. Is anyone else wanting to do something? Talk to anyone? Or I guess what's the group's plan? Are you going to stay here the week and train, or are you going to try to message?
Would like to message Shaith, but once we gathered back together as a party.
Alright. So I guess people kind of took off for little side things. I don't know, Damien, you were probably going to go look at the books, right? The library.
No, the guy wanted me to share the collapsible lance with his blacksmiths.
Oh, right. Okay. So you would go to one of the blacksmiths. I'll say the warden actually takes you there. And I will give the group a point of renown for that.
What did you give the blacksmith?
The
The
schematic.
collapsible lance.
Yeah.
Oh, the schematics. That's right. Okay, cool. So this is the day after we contacted Shaith last, right? Because we contacted her and then we went and visited our camp, and like we popped around before we came back to Dizork and transported, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So
but really quick, Damien, did you want to speak to the blacksmith or do any role play while you were doing any of that, or are you just giving him basically showing him how it works?
Just showing him how it works.
Alright, so you kind of go over it with him really quick, like how it detaches when you press or move the thing on the handle and just locks in place. And he's like, "Oh, that's ingenious." He takes some notes. And he says, "Are you going to be here a while? Do you think I could borrow your lance just to examine it?"
I can loan it to you for a loaner weapon.
He says, that would be very useful. I promise I won't mess with any of the internal mechanisms or anything. I just need to kind of observe it closer.
What loaner weapon?
Yeah, what weapons can he
Oh,
loan
you're
me?
asking. So he says, well, I mostly have swords and bows. Would you be interested in one of those?
I guess I could use a sword.
He says, if you're looking
Give a
for a bigger weapon, I do have a glaive.
Oh, I'll take that.
He says, yeah, sure. And he gives you a +1 glaive. Shink.
For a non. It's a loaner. It's a loaner.
Well, it gives you a little bit of reach. It's not the like reach of a lance, but you know,
It's the
you're
same-
not
it's the
often
same-
on
yeah.
horseback flying in. So,
Yeah.
It's the same reach.
This,
although to be fair, we could work out for you to ride Estrella's black fly if you want to.
Yeah, you could still do mounted combat.
Alright, yeah, this is a really fancy elven glaive. You're like, oh, nice. But he's
Speaking of that,
My lance is non-magical, by the way.
yeah,
I don't
no, he
know.
doesn't care. He's more
Okay.
interested in the mechanism. He says, he
Sure.
sees like you looking at it, and he says, you know, if you'd like, I can just trade that for the lance.
ooh,
He says, I would very much
No.
like to have this to, you know, keep.
No, you could reverse engineer it, but that's my trusty lance. I can't get rid of it.
He says, yeah, well, that is completely understandable. Just if you come back in a day, I should have what I need, and keep that till then.
Will do.
All right, so I'll say you guys meet up a little bit later. I think everyone got to do a little thing around the fort. So say you meet up in a couple of hours. It is about 3 at this point. Maybe you meet like near the warden's building.
so the fight against the Nightwalkers and the Death Knight or whatever he was, and Arden Relic and stuff. That was on the 21st of summer. Is that right?
I could take a look. It was a couple of days ago.
I was just checking. I think I get my fly back tomorrow. That's fine. Let's just say I get it back tomorrow. I had it in the extended effects as the 23rd, which will be today, but that would only be 2 days, and I think it's 3 days, so that's fine. Let's go with that.
You finished, it looks like on the 21st with the city stuff. And the
Yeah, I think it's 3 days, so I think I get it back tomorrow. But let me I'll double check. It's fine.
Okay, so as I said, what does the group want to do?
I think we're heading out today, right? Should we contact Chief?
Did we ask for? Yeah. I think it would be a good idea for us to contact Shaith. And maybe also Symphony, at least once a day. But I know that well, we have the stones for Shaith, but we don't have the stones for Symphony. So I know it's magical abilities. Yeah.
I'll start with Shaith, but yeah, we should definitely think about checking in with
I suggest that
Symphony at some point.
I suggest that we ask who led the group that captured you when we met? Question mark.
That's good. Yeah. Looking for the answer.
And if I almost feel like we don't have to say anything else, because like if it's her, she's gonna give us a one-word answer. She's gonna say Shiva, and then she can say, I'm here, this is happening, come, or something,
Yeah.
But if it's
Yeah.
not her, we're gonna get gibberish or not an answer,
Yeah, she'll know it's me if it's really her. Okay. Or if it's not.
or
Alright.
not. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
attempt to use the stones to contact Shaith. What do you say to her?
I say, who I say who was the person in charge of the ones who had you captured when we last met you.
Okay. You know she got the message. She would say, I don't understand. Why are you asking me questions?
And
Um,
these only work once per day, right?
Where are you? But unfortunately, obviously, you can't answer her.
Okay. I think we should
That if it
continue.
was important to her for us to find her, she would have told us where she was. But yeah, that doesn't bode well, Uslag would say.
I think we should continue to contact her each day because the stones have a once a day property. It will make sense to her or whomever is holding the stones why we might only contact her periodically. But tomorrow, when we contact her, I think it should just be a little bit more frivolous, like, "Oh, where are you? We're coming for you. Give us more information," that kind of stuff. But I think we should contact her each day. But at this point, considering she didn't answer that question, I think, I think it's not her.
Yeah.
That's okay. Estrella thinks it's not her. Miriam thinks that too.
Oh,
All right.
one other thing which I forgot. Aramis, as your fairy friend was leaving, she would plop down a mushroom in your hand and say, "Give this to Glenn. Tell him I said hi."
She's like trying to stir chaos.
Oh, let's see if the son gives his dad drugs. Let's see. This
I
should
forgot,
be good.
Yeah, she would have done that before she left. But yes, would you give the mushroom to him later?
Oh, yeah. I want that to him,
Alright.
like,
So we'll say
Dad,
maybe
the Fae wanted you to have this.
maybe as you're making fun of Garen randomly, or doing something, Glenn, Aramis would come up to you and hand you a mushroom.
Because what else would he be doing?
Yeah.
Oh. Where'd you get this mushroom from?
I asked. I was told to give it to you. We were told we could trust everyone here. Here you go.
Okay. Cool.
There's a interesting looking kind of sheen coming off this mushroom. There's almost like a slight glow to it. Looks really yummy.
He looks yummy.
I would say, yeah, so you're
Gonna do drugs in front of your son?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good, I mean, it's a good lesson he learns how to manipulate people now.
Okay.
Is this in front of everyone? Is everyone here?
Sure, we'll say this is kind of when everyone had met back up. Aramis came over and you would see him give this mushroom to Glenn.
Glenn would
drugs are manufactured. That's from Mother Nature.
There you go.
You said a friend gave this to you, Aramis?
I didn't say a friend. I said someone.
Someone that you trust.
Well, we were told to trust everyone here.
Were
Were
we?
we? They
I
said
certainly
that
don't trust everyone here.
they said that we can trust them, and I don't distrust them, but I don't know.
I don't
Continue.
know.
He would motion Garen to follow him, and he would kind of go off to a side room.
Yeah, go follow it.
It's gonna make Garen eat it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just what we need. One
got
of
a
our
terrible constitution.
characters is about to be
That's the
incapacitated before we go after a hag.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you doing?
Go off to our side room, and what do you say?
Alright. So, you go off to, like, I guess somewhere next to one of the buildings. And what, you're giving him the mushroom?
Well, I'm thinking if I do want to do that before we possibly have to fight a hag. It would be dangerous.
Well, we do have some distance to travel before we find the hag, but we don't know the
She
terrain.
wants to see. You want to see this? All right,
Weird-
come on.
weird- yeah.
The thoughts are winning.
It's not drugs, it's all natural, like Damien said.
Shay, honestly, the Shay
Exactly.
kind of agrees with that, but also.
Alright, do you want to take a break? You need time to think about it? Oh wow, it's already
Nah, we were almost at the end of the
Yeah.
session. We were almost
Didn't
at the end of the
realize.
session.
I think that's. I think I'll probably wait until after maybe we deal with the hag to get gear and high.
Alright, so you kind of
Okay.
like think better of it and what, just like pocket the mushroom?
Yeah, I just pocket it right now. I'll be like, we don't really adverse effects, but after the hag is dealt with, if you like to follow it and get a little closer to Bellin, then I think taking this mushroom would be a good idea.
I wasn't sure what you said. You kind of slurred a bunch.
Oh, I said that. Sorry, move my mic. That if you'd like to follow in Balon's footsteps after we defeat this hag, then I think this mushroom would be the next step.
I give him.
But I'm not
Oh.
giving it to you now. Is that basically what just happened?
Yeah.
Okay,
I give him
I'll
a
take it.
weird look.
I'll take it.
Well, if you do think that you can handle it, and he hands him the mushroom. Although I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think you're ready to be up to Malon's standards, but
So
Oh my
if
you're
you
saying
truly want to fight at the same level as he does,
you're saying Malon did mushrooms.
Glenn is
Yes.
evil.
Okay, I'm gonna insight check that. Just Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see this. He's probably beating me still. You could test the deception, I guess.
what's your insight?
20.
Okay, so I can't go below 25.
Okay. Well, what do I ask? I just like straight up, I believe him completely, or like.
I think it's up to you. I mean, it's
I mean, I think it's like slightly off, but I'm like, okay. Well, I think regardless, I'm gonna say, well, yeah, I want to. This was your original idea. Let's split it down the middle.
Did you see the message I sent you, Damien?
I did not see.
Just whenever, if you want to answer that. But continue, you guys.
Yeah, I was like, well, if this originally was your idea, and you wanted it. I mean, I'm not gonna take this from you. We can split it down the middle.
I think I would be remiss to halt a warrior on their journey to greatness. I can always get another mushroom. It seems like. I mean, it's the Feywild. They're growing all over the place.
Okay, so I'll if you get another one, I'll do one with you.
No, I know you're trying to follow in Malon's footsteps, so that's much more important than me just chasing us high.
I start giving him a strange look, but this was originally your idea. I didn't even think of this. Like if you said like if you and Malon did this, you originally wanted to do this. I assume you guys were like stoner bros. So if you want to share a mushroom together, I'm down to do that. I myself will
You're refusing my gift.
I'll gladly do it with you.
He shook his head, and here I thought you were starting to be. You were finally. I thought you might finally be all right, but here you go and insult me by refusing my gift. Never mind.
So terrible.
I guess you always
Glenn.
were just a little.
Kind of awful.
I guess
It's,
I guess I was right about you. You're just a little bitch.
How did you win Ooslog? What the hell?
Well, this is a little out of character, I feel.
It's
You're
like, I do one
wear
with you. I don't see
down.
what the problem is.
Uslag would disapprove of this for
Constant,
sure, but she's not there.
constant wearing her down.
No, I think you're all there right now. You're all together. Oh wait, no.
Oh well,
you
because I
two,
said that Uslag was about to say something, and then
I mean, you saw us
took him
walk off
away.
together. Like you saw him.
Oh yeah,
blatantly
that's right.
walk
You
into
said
the-
they walked off into
Yeah.
the alleyway. Okay, never mind.
It was like
So,
very obvious
I
what we're
guess
gonna
if,
do. If you
uh,
want to check in on.
unless Uslag followed, then yeah, it would just be those two.
Yeah, he would. He'd be disappointed, but it's like, all right, fine. If you, if you don't think you can take a hole, we can share it.
Okay.
It's one of those situations where, like, the player wants to do something that the character, like, he knows he shouldn't do. Like,
You drugs.
yes.
But Uslag
Uh,
doesn't disapprove
Player
of
wants
drugs.
to-
She disapproves of poisoning an ally.
He's gonna cut the mushroom in half, I guess, and give half of it to Garen.
Out of character, like I think it's like a good bonding moment. We're just like two, like two guys. This is how we're solving our difference.
All right, give me some con saves.
Here comes a fail. Oh wow.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right.
Glenn fails.
All right, Glenn, let's see it. All right.
Oh, okay.
So you
Beast.
you feel strange for a moment. You start to almost like it gets much hotter and then a little bit colder very quickly. I think Glenn has probably done things like this before, and it seems to be affecting you a lot more than or it would usually take a lot longer, but you start to see kind of strange things around you. Give me, I guess, give me wisdom saves.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
This is not good. I'm invincible.
I'll expend a.
It's not going to help future interactions.
I'll call it inspiration and a luck point on this.
Okay.
Glenn thinks he's invincible and he's not going to stop.
So you have advantage and +2.
Yeah. Okay. 26.
All right. So yeah, you're pretty. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you are tripping. It's still a little bit maybe scary to you as you start seeing like things moving all around you. Some of the colors are like bleeding. You start seeing like things flying through the air that you're pretty sure aren't actually there. And give me an int save.
Damn.
God damn it.
Ugh.
I'll fail with you.
Oh, no.
I'll fail.
Nice. All right. So, hoping you fail at least one of
Uh-oh.
these. Some time is passing. You're like, oh, this is neat. As like you keep seeing all this weird stuff, feeling very high, extremely like relaxed. When suddenly you start hearing like almost like a strange static. You would both take 18 points of psychic damage as you let out like a screech, like
Oh.
and you guys would definitely hear it from back
Uslag would,
around the
yeah,
corner.
run into the room.
Well,
So
sorry.
you-
Before we
you
take the damage,
kinda-
could we like? Can we
Huh?
have a little? I was gonna have some stoned roleplay with him.
All
Okay.
right, sure, but so I'll say like you guys are still hanging out, like maybe down the street and in the alleyway. You hear like, "Argh!" And go ahead before they get there. What are you gonna do?
You were right about Mel. I should have listened. Ow! I didn't really expect him to be like that when we met him. Did he really change that much?
He changed a lot ever since he allowed that damn fire giant god in.
And I'll say at this point, like, Uslag and the others come running up as you see them kind of like bent over, grabbing at the sides of their heads, maybe like bleeding out their ears a little.
Oh
He's
no.
like, the colors hurt. The colors hurt.
Oh,
Oh,
did
that-
you eat the mushroom? You know, there's certain ones that you oh god. Okay.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
Ow,
with
that
your
hurts.
with your knowledge of survival, you're pretty much you know exactly what they did. From what the from what
But
the
it was
punch
given to
Yeah.
me by Pixie.
Oh
What-
no.
what
Are
the
we
heck
looking
Yeah.
at are we
Very,
looking at
very smart,
Technically it was by your
guys.
son.
are we looking at
Smart.
hours or days for them to recover?
Oh, that headache. Oh, that hurts a lot.
Why would you do this, Dad? No.
Do we
As long as she's Aramis a
That's the
glance.
one that brought the mushrooms.
I didn't tell him to eat it.
So, what do we think that this is going to be hours or days for recovery? Because
No,
it
we
could mean
got
the
this.
lives of our friend.
Oh, no, we
Shay.
got this. We got this, right, Glenn?
You know,
Yeah, she's not my friend. She's gonna be your friend.
Maybe
know.
not
Actually-
friend. Maybe
And
not
actually,
friend.
you
But
don't even, do you know Shay?
maybe not friend, but ally against the shadow.
You know, Glenn has a very good point here. We're doing quite a lot for this person.
You know what?
Yeah, like-
Are we though? Are we doing it for them, or are we doing it for all of the other things we've encountered that we know the shadow has destroyed?
you know, Astray, they're probably not in any mental state to make any sort of logic of this. Perhaps we should leave them
Look,
to
why?
their.
You know, who's to say that Shay isn't working for the fucking Shadowlord?
I
Okay.
can't
No,
even
she's
say her
alive.
name. I'm just going to leave the room.
I like laugh at him mispronouncing. He's like, "You sound like Val." You would always mess up people's name. Like that.
You know, maybe this was a good thing, despite the bleeding of the ears. This is the first time you guys have been getting along, so.
Does delay our departure, which could aid our enemies.
That would be bad. We don't want to delay the
Well,
enemies.
no, that's
We're talking to Uslag.
it's great because the surprise, the motherfucker, we're gonna be doing stuff that they don't expect.
Big surprise.
And you know, with the great general.
Oh, by the way, you
so
guys
Zeus
are
said-
still tripping balls. By the way, the
Oh, yeah, that's
the
fine.
effects of the mushroom have
Why I
not gone
left.
away. And you
I
guys
like
would
left the room.
you guys would notice them kind of looking all around as they're talking.
He's
very
talking
obvious.
still as if it's
I would go kind of like drape my hand over Glenn like bros like shoulder hug like we're
Well,
like supporting kind of each other.
I guess we're not contacting, or I guess we're not heading out today, because that would
Yeah,
be
it's pretty late.
suicide. That
Actually, and in his speaking of that, and with his shit, is he high enough that he would cast magic? I think he is.
Oh, no.
I mean, we are in a
Oh.
side room, so.
No, you're in
That's
an
important.
Then-
alleyway.
Okay, then definitely he would cast sending, because of who they were talking. He
Sending
would
to
cast
who?
sending to
Is he-
to.
Is he
Wait,
like
wait, let me
trying
finish, let me
to
finish.
hide this, or is he just like very openly casting it?
Oh, he's very open. He's
In the side room where we are.
to
Keep
To
saying
Shay.
side room, it's just the alleyway.
Oh,
have you
I
ever
see.
met Shay? Can you cast sending
Yeah.
to Shay?
No, he has.
He did. He
Oh,
did.
yeah. Okay, he has.
Alright,
Okay, cool.
So let me see
Yeah.
if anyone noticed you. Oh no, no one noticed you. All right, so you cast sending. What are you saying to Shay?
Shay, why the fuck are we here? Where the fuck are you? What the fuck, bro?
Bro. Fuck. You need another. You need a few more fucks in there.
She would say back, "Are you at the Feywild?" She says, "You need to come to me. I require your assistance. I'll give you some coordinates. One of your scouts should know how to use them, and she would give you some numbers."
Ooh, okay, good. That's
And
something.
he
I don't
pronounces
trust it,
these
though.
lines.
Right?
I write them down, and I find Estrella again. I like shove it against her shoulders. Say, see, I've sped things up,
And
and it's
All right.
because of the drugs.
I like you,
while
Glenn.
you're
I like that.
While you're feeling so helpful, Glenn, thank you. Thank you. You are so helpful in this condition. While you're feeling helpful, can you contact Master Symphony as well? And I don't know, who knows what you'll tell him, but try and tell him what's going on, and maybe he'll have an update. I don't know.
Well, that's a lot.
Man,
I think we did a lot,
I
Glenn.
So wait,
contact the
did
whole
you
symphony.
did you give the coordinates to someone with survival?
I give him to Estrella.
Estrella does
Not
not have
survival.
I
survival.
assume Estrella
There's luck
can.
there.
Is
But
smart enough to beat
I
survivors.
would take them as they were given to me and pass them on. So
Alright, so if you give him the Uslog, who has the map that the warden gave her, the coordinates would actually lead where you might think they would lead.
everything is pulling us to the Hag's Lair.
Yeah. So that at least.
So I'd be
That
like,
at least
yeah,
tracks.
Glenn, while you're having fun tonight, because we can't go for a while you recover, in case you want to use any more of your magic, please contact Master Symphony with your magic. And I don't know, tell him, hey, we might be going to a Hag's Lair tomorrow. We're following Shaith. Any updates? You know, that's what that's what
Glenn,
we
we've
want.
done so much, Glenn. We did so much.
Who's Master Symphony?
Who is Master Symphony? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Quick check-in. Would
The
Damien be doing or
Archmage.
saying anything?
The Archmage of the Phoenix Guild of
No.
the capital of Teruvia.
So, is he just kind of watching quietly, or how is he reacting to all this?
I think he would have just left a long time ago.
So
Just
he's
chilled.
like, "Oh my goodness," and he just walked off. I guess.
Yeah.
What is going on? How does he feel about drugs?
Well, drugs are manufactured; they're not natural.
This mushroom's supernatural, man.
That's
What do you
true.
mean?
This mushroom.
Australia's all for
Alright.
a
Maybe
binger,
he would have
but
just felt it was kind of like silly, and where would he have gone?
more
I
about
think he would have been
timing.
like, "There's a proper time and place for that."
Yes, thank you.
Proper time. He's open to it. He's open. We got.
True.
Australia's open to it too. It's just the timing when people are in danger.
Should have let us know, Glenn.
He would have
next
gone and
time.
asked for lodging. Because I think it's
Alright.
nearing the end of the day, right?
Glenn.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
next
was
time-
late in the day.
No, no.
Yeah,
said it
some
was 3.
time had passed. It's probably about 5 p.m., so it's not
Yeah.
night, but it's getting later.
We probably could have begun the journey, but now that some of our people are high, I think we should stay here until the morning. Yeah.
It's probably a good
Not a bad
idea.
idea. I feel like we can get more information and everything before we head out in the morning.
As he hears that, he is going to cast sending again
Oh, alright,
to
hang on.
Master Symphony.
Korik, I think. Korik Symphony. I think that's his name. If I'm
Doing a bunch
remembering
of
it.
illegal stuff in this alleyway. Actually, the magic is way more illegal.
Oh, is he still hanging out in an alleyway? I kind of figured he was like in a room or something.
Who wants to
So,
trip in an alleyway? Jeez.
As you are chanting,
Wasn't.
Foreigners hang out in an alleyway, not suspicious at all, even if they don't do magic.
you hear some footsteps as one of the Eladrin guards walks into the alleyway. He says, "Casting spells?"
Oh
I don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a message out. You
no,
mind?
sir, you have wrong.
Oh,
He crosses his arms and just kind of narrows his eyes a bit. He says, "This is
Yeah.
against the hospitality. You were told not to use magic within these walls."
you'll have to forgive them. They've been tricked by a pixie, and they're not in their right minds at the moment.
Oh, give me I guess, does she know about that? Or is she just assuming?
Well,
Or
actually,
she
no, I
just
wouldn't have
being
known it was a
deceptive?
pixie.
No,
She
but
did
you-
ask Aramis who it was.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Yeah, miss.
I mean,
Oh,
you
didn't
could
say
say
that.
you could
Sure.
say you're lying because you know that. You
Sure.
know.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me a deception.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought
it was
Aramis
a
came and
pixie.
told us that they ate mushrooms.
He
But I
did say that it was given to him by a pixie.
Okay.
Oh,
I
did
wasn't
you
sure if
lie
you
to
said that in
her?
character
Oh,
or out of
okay.
character.
You called your son a pixie. I see.
Well, didn't Aramis say that a pixie gave it to him?
Yeah.
No, I said
No.
someone gave it to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
we never knew it was the pixie. Oh.
Pixie
So
because
give
we're in
me,
the
give
field.
me
I
a-
would just say they're not in their right minds. I feel like they've been possibly tricked.
I guess, yeah, deception probably.
It's the same either way. It's gonna be terrible.
So you just kind of like freeze up, your eyes go wide.
Yeah.
They were tricked. They were tricked. And he just like shakes his head like he's very disappointed. He says, "Drop
She's
that
hopeless.
spell, whatever you're casting, right now."
It's harmless. It's okay.
And
Drop it.
So are you gonna
Are we
keep
hanging out in
casting
an
it?
alley? What's happening?
Yes. No one
Yeah.
said they were going
Why don't
elsewhere.
we move?
I don't know. That's why I was
Why
like,
are we
why
in
are you
an
guys in
alley?
an alley casting illegal spells and getting high?
Oh my
It's
fucking
really
god!
strange.
He just sighs like, fine, blame the fucking druid. She wanted me to talk to the symphony.
He says, you can tell the
Fuck her.
warden. He's going to be notified of this breach.
Tell these nuts.
Aramis,
And,
This is not fair.
And basically, he would tell you to follow him. You guys gonna follow him?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
as soon as he turns his back, I might like
Cast
I
more
don't know.
magic.
Is
Well,
there only
I
one
might-
person?
cast.
Yes,
I don't
there's
know.
one
I was
guard
thinking
there.
of like
Oh no.
an
Guys,
Eldritch blast
guys.
on
Guys.
Glenn.
guys.
Uslag would be like, let's just go. We're in good standing with the warden.
So wait,
Guys.
clarify for me. Why are we hanging out in an alley? Are
'Cause
we
they
really
were
all
getting high
there?
on mushrooms. I don't know.
Wait.
ask them.
Okay, I understand
And
that.
yes, you
but
heard
like,
a scream, and you all ran in, and then Glenn was all like tripping out, and he started casting spells.
And we just stayed there.
This is the scene you
Okay.
gave me. I'm just playing along with it. No one said they were
I
leaving except for
I wouldn't give you the
Damien.
thing, but okay. I guess so. We're
What's-
all there. All right.
No,
All
no,
right.
no, Glenn's about to cook. Glenn, go for it.
Are you doing something,
Glenn
Glenn? Or are
is
you
thinking
following
about-
this guy?
He is thinking about modifying this dude's memory.
I know exactly what you were thinking of doing. The
Um,
question is, are you going to do it? Because you know these guys are elven.
Why would we prioritize the actual threat? Let's use our magic
It was
and
like
a
knowing
whole
that-
day.
Glenn is not in his right mind would just say, Glenn, let's deal with this later. I know that look.
Right.
We don't.
and he looks at her and he's just like, all right, dear.
You're not in any state to, you know.
Oh,
Alright. So
Uslag
He's-
has
He's
extra
he-
persuasion powers against Glenn.
he's smart enough to know that Uslag is
just
not
to
tripping. So.
speed things up a little, you are brought before the warden and unfortunately are cast out of the Gale Brock. They say you're not
What
sleeping here
Fuck,
tonight
do we not even get to
because
talk to him?
you've broken the laws. Except
Wait.
for
We
Damien.
don't even get to
Damien
talk.
can stay. So Damien gets his room. The rest of you are cast out.
We don't get to talk to him.
That was his ruling because you broke the what's it called?
Are you fucking
The
kidding me?
hospitality.
He's like, oh yeah, we're all against the Shadowlord. Oh, never
like-
mind. I'm gonna
I'd
cast
like
you
to
out
speak
because
to your
one
manager.
stupid member of your party.
You're not permanently banned from Gale Brock, but they're very upset that you broke the hospitality. So you have to
Well, I'm-
sleep outside, except for Damien.
Fucking shit.
Honestly,
Uh,
I think
perks of
Hey,
being
why?
1%.
Why except
Hold on.
for Damien? Why
Yeah,
except for
time
Damien?
out. Time out.
Damien
And
left.
be Glenn.
Why except for Damien?
You're gonna want to
Because he
speak to his
wasn't there.
manager. You're like,
I
wait a
was
minute.
there. I was there. What the fuck? I
No,
was.
hold on. In
I
fairness,
was
yeah, I
with
think
three friends.
it should. I mean, it would be just Glenn, but then I would, out of character, I would go and be like, I support him.
Well, I mean, technically, you were all in the alleyway, right?
Why was I in the alleyway? That's what I asked. I
Weren't
said,
you talking
why
to
are
them?
we in an alleyway?
Well,
How
the
did I
guard-
get in this alleyway?
Well, you
I
asked
was
them
like,
that, but-
Glenn.
I was
The
making
guard
three
only
friends.
wanted Glenn, because he was the one casting the spell. It's only Glenn who cast the spell, and then I just, in my stupor, followed.
All right. I guess that's fair. So we'll say he was caught casting the spell. So Glenn would have to sleep outside tonight.
And I would go and say, if you do that to my friend, I'm going with him outside also.
All right, so you and
So Glenn
Sleep
and
outside.
Aaron-
And
I have a
Uslag would go
whole-
with them because someone's got to keep an
just
eye
gotta
out.
keep an
I
eye
have
on
a
them.
whole
So 3 of
fucking
our members
mansion
are
I
outside the
can
wall.
sleep in.
That's
Fuck
We
you,
didn't-
Faye.
we
I have my
didn't
own
even
hotel. I don't
need-
need yours. Good day, sir.
We did not need to spend the night here, but because of your actions, you guys are sleeping outside and 3 of us are sleeping inside.
I mean, technically, he has his
I-
mansion as long as he has the spell.
I will
That's
say
true, that's
I
true.
only casted that spell because that druid wanted me to. So, and he points to Estrella.
Oh, that's absolutely true because she thought, well, first off, she thought we were going to travel, and when she discovered we weren't traveling, she said, "Well, we might as well contact our ally and see what new news there is." But she's not even anywhere near you, and you're doing illegal shit before you start the cast. So no, I do not take responsibility.
So
Yeah,
I guess
that's
if she
true.
wasn't
He
there,
was a
would
fellow
she have
noble.
asked him to do
Damien's
that?
like, we're cool. Wait, so she wasn't there? So why was she talking to him?
Who
Alright,
is she?
You didn't you say you should use your magic to if you're gonna use
Yeah,
your
like
magic?
7 hours ago. Like, what the hell?
That's
Like,
5 minutes
what the
ago.
fuck? So when we
Confused.
were all hanging out and having lunch, I said yes, maybe we should do this. And then all kinds of things happened,
Alright,
and
am
I
I
have
crazy?
not had.
Didn't she say in the alleyway you should use your
You-
magic to?
I think-
I know.
You
No,
did
wait
while
a
we were
second,
getting
wait a
high.
Maybe she
second.
wouldn't.
Time out.
Wait
I
a
think
second. Wait
Yuri
a
thought we
second.
were out, like she thought we were in a room.
I
That's why
never
she said that.
I never said I was in an alleyway with him. All this stuff was happening, and I said, "Where the fuck is this happening?" And you said it was in an alleyway, and I was like, "Are we all there?" And you said yes, and I'm like, "How am I there? Why would I be there?"
And then
You guys,
kept
Vicky,
talking
so you
to
did
him.
say-
But that's the thing is that your character was talking to my character, so of course we're gonna assume that
Lunch?
you're there.
No,
No,
was
but
in
you
the
were
alleyway.
when we were getting high, your character was still talking to mine. I think this
Was
is
it?
just
Was
a
it my
scenario of you
character?
just not really paying attention to what was going on.
Okay.
And I thought that you thought, and I think you
Changed.
probably thought that scenes changed or something, or maybe they didn't change.
Right,
But we
perhaps
were,
there
yeah,
was a
me.
misunderstanding. But who would go outside with Glenn? Like
I'm
who
going
would,
outside with
so it'd
my
be
buddy.
Uslag
Okay,
and
All I want to say is I did once we decided that we were not leaving this fort immediately and going after Shaith, and a bunch of people went in different directions. I never got the camera, and so I put in chat that I was making tree friends. That's all I know.
So
But
in
that's
that
the
case,
thing.
I don't think Estrella
He
would have
asked
asked.
you if you wanted to do
Yeah.
anything, and you didn't respond.
But I
Okay.
put in chat what I was saying.
But I
Sorry.
just
well,
think
perhaps there
you
was a
retconned
misunderstanding,
the-
but I don't
I-
want
I
to spend
tried-
this much
I
time
tried
on
to
it
talk to
because
you-
now it's
yeah,
just
I mean,
getting ridiculous. If you're
Yeah,
that
yeah,
upset
I mean,
about
I-
it, we can say you weren't there. So I
Well,
guess
no, that's
Glenn,
fine,
you
that's fine.
you were
I just-
hallucinating. Maybe you saw her there and were like, "Oh, Estrella told me to do it." Because I
But no,
really
yeah,
don't
there
wanna
were
fight
there were a
about
few
this.
times I tried to talk where I don't feel like my it came through, and that's fine because that's what happens with voice chat. But like, yeah. Once
so let's just
that's why I put it
move
in chat.
past
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right, so basically, yeah, you you end up staying in the mansion for the evening, and Damien and I don't know, is Estrella staying in the mansion or is she going back in town?
Oh, wait, the mansion, is he casting the mansion? And if he is he
yeah.
outside the walls?
Outside, yeah, we're
Yeah, he
outside.
has to be outside. He got kicked out
Oh,
for casting.
But
Alright,
did he
so-
did he send did he cast sending because Estrella wasn't there to ask him to cast sending while we were in the alley?
I'll say he hallucinated it because yes, he did cast it. That's why he got in trouble.
Oh.
All right, then I'm not in the mansion because if he
Yeah.
cast the mansion
I
outside
don't
the
know.
walls,
You guys
then
are
you're-
like in character, then you're out of character. I don't even know what's going on half the time.
okay. I
That's
mean,
why
I'm sorry.
kinda
I
would
just
rather people not talk unless they're in character.
okay. So all I know, I felt like I was pretty clear, like where I was and where I wasn't, and
Well, no, because that's the whole reason I said I cast sending in the first place was because you were like, oh,
Told
you
him
cast sending
to.
in it.
well, I mentioned it very, very early in this. Like
But
it's
then
not.
you did again once
Yeah, you
once
did
we all
again.
got high and it was very clear
Oh.
that that's when you said, okay,
Maybe,
well,
maybe I
obviously we're
did,
not
I'm
doing
sorry.
anything, or we're not leaving because Glenn's
Check
fucking
I'm
the
sorry.
high.
tapes after.
I'm
We can
sorry.
check the tapes after.
I never had the camera, so where Estrella was during that point, like, was never established. So I apologize if I said something while you guys were doing your thing.
We can check the tapes after. It's yeah.
We can check the tapes.
That's fine. That's fine.
So I mean, it's not a big deal. I just thought it was funny that Glenn got kicked out of town.
I do remember saying like, oh, we should contact contact Symphony and
Okay, let's
Chase every day.
Let's not
But
talk
yeah.
about it anymore. But
Yeah.
it is the end. Unfortunately, we spent the last time just
We spent
arguing
a
about
whole
that.
lot of time. Well,
So,
in character
let's,
too. We just
let's do
passed
MVP
like
votes.
3/4 of a day when our ally is potentially dying. We just hung out and ate mushrooms.
Well, it's not the
Well,
stupidest thing
only
we've
one
done
of
before.
us.
I mean, it is kind of. It's on par.
All right. Whispered,
Again,
votes.
Chase, I mean, has this really even met Chase? I mean, how many times?
No,
how many,
it's not
when we're
about
running
Chase.
this-
Sorry,
It's
Damien,
about
it's not always this
fact-
chaotic. I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
tonight.
That's what Chase. Glenn doesn't even consider Chase really a.
No, it's not about Shaith. It's about like we said, oh, let's go to the or the Feywild to help with the shadow that's corrupting or whatever. And then we get here and we're like, there's shadow corrupting people we know are disappearing into the shadow. Let's hang out and eat mushrooms.
Well, that's honestly that's Glenn's ulterior motive. He didn't. He wanted to go to the shadow, the Feywild for
The mushrooms.
because well,
He's
not
already-
just because just for the
Well,
adventure.
now that
he's
he's
just
tried
like, oh
them, what
shit.
does he think? Was it worth it?
Oh fuck yeah.
He's still in the mansion, like, oh my god, this was a terrible
I mean,
idea.
yeah, I mean for Garden, obviously he wasn't planning on it, but like him and Glenn have had a really rocky
It's
relationship.
kind of weird that there was almost like a reverse corruption because your son got you the mushrooms. So it was like, almost in reverse of how.
This is honestly, I think, like a bonding moment between Glenn and Garden. Like
Alright,
they've been
I agree.
really.
Yeah, out of character, I was thinking like this would be a great moment for them to just kind of work things out. So hopefully,
Maybe during the night we'll we can do a scene where they're in the mansion talking a little bit more. But for now, Aramis and Uslog are tied. So give me d20 rolls.
All right. The power cup.
Oh,
I was,
Oh damn.
Aramis
Was-
has claimed it. Congrats.
Good
Yeah,
job, son.
I just thought it was
you
kinda
gave your
funny
father
that
drugs
You got
today.
yeah, you got busted in a Fey wild town for doing drugs. Got kicked
To be
out.
fair, I don't think Aramis necessarily knows what drugs are.
That's true. He could have just been
That's a good
like, "This fairy or pixie seems nice. I'm gonna give this to my dad."
Told-
Yeah,
told
he
me to
kind
give
of
this
forgot the
mushroom to my father.
kind of
These
forgot
Fae
about the
forgot how
whole
to
not
party.
accepting food from Trixie Faye.
They're like, oh, you can't cast magic, but we can. It's a motherfucker.
He's
Do as
Aladdin.
I say, not as I do, or whatever.
Hey,
Rules
it's
for
their-
thee,
it's
but
their
not for
town.
me.
Yeah, it's their town. They can tell you what to do. It's their rule. Their
They can be as
rules.
hypocritical as they want.
All right. Well,
Good night, guys.
yeah, good game, everyone. It was silly, but I had fun.
I'm sure, spending a few hours like in a town is not, going to drastically change everything.
No,
I think we're okay.
It's fine. You just got, like I said, you just got kicked out of town for the night because you were high and casting illegal magic in the alleyway. I thought that was
I mean,
hilarious.
I would totally understand and accept that if our whole party was kicked out. But like, if the people who were present were the only ones kicked out, and like the others weren't present, then I was like, I was just really confused. I was so confused. There were several scenes tonight where I was like really confused about who was present.
I think my understanding was originally that we all grabbed our head, and like we were all like that like that's when like originally we all got together end of the day, but then obviously we get mushroom from him. Then we go and like it was just me and Glenn. We went off to the side in the alley, and like when we were like, "Ow," that's when everyone came over.
Right. Well, no, that's just it. I didn't know everyone came over. I didn't think I was there. I didn't know
I
everyone
think you
came
did say
over.
that Estrella
everyone-
walked away at some point.
I
So
will push back. Like Lou did make it clear that everyone got back together, and that when we got back together,
But why
then-
would we? Why would we just show up in an alley? Like if it was
No,
like
we
a
just did
in
middle school.
room or quarters that were given to us, that's one
We're
thing.
just, like, in the
But
middle of
like,
the
why
street.
would we just show up in an alley where you're
No,
like
no, no,
doing
you didn't-
drugs?
No,
You
wait,
heard
you're
him
not.
scream.
Yeah.
I said that
It's like
several times.
Upping.
Hold on. We didn't show up in the alley. We showed up just like we met back together, like the group meets back together, and just me and Glenn went to the alley. We didn't meet in the alley.
As everyone was
Okay, all right.
talking, they went off on their own. They started, and this is the scene in my head as I was saying it. They started doing the mushrooms, then they failed the in-saves. They started screaming from the pain. Everyone ran in there. I assumed, because no one said they weren't running in there, and that's
I
when
didn't
everyone
know
got
there
there.
was screaming from mushrooms, so I never said I was running in. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
I
probably
did
where the
say
disconnect
that.
was.
Yeah, I
But
did
yes,
say that they
you did
were.
say it.
You heard the screaming that everyone heard.
Okay, but I never said I was running in. But go ahead.
Well, it's usually like the
you were
entire party.
talking
Like
to them.
yes. Well, hold up. But the entire party was like, "Oh, are they okay?" Right. So I guess you could have called out and say, "Well, I don't care what they're doing. Let them scream for all they want." And
To be
that's
fair,
fine.
usually Estrella would not do that. She would run to help any screams, whether it was her party or not. But at the same time, I thought I was like wandering around the outside of the fort making tree friends at this point. So like I was really confused.
No, Lou. I will say Lou did make it clear that we all got back, not in the alley, but before anything, we all got back together right before the
Well,
night. He did make it clear.
Again, it wasn't the night. It was still midday, and again, I